Welcome to the fan base. Welcome to the fan base. Buffalo, this the fan base.
Fourth and goal, we going forward, that's the only option. Yeah, we came to circle wagons, tell me who gon' stop us. This a no-fly zone, defense get it rocking. Gritty in the end zone, cause the camera's watching. Double coverage on Stephon, who checking Davis. Dylan Josh tucking Ron, he ain't nothing to play with. Shutting down the edge of Vaughn, ain't no one-on-one. Shaq gon' take it to the crib like he forgot his son. Other fans still think it's sweet like we don't run the East. Dion knock him off his feet and put that boy to sleep. Welcome to Buffalo, this the fan base. Where Super Bowl ring the only mandate. 25-year drought, time to set a straight team full of dogs when it all never play it safe.
Welcome to the fan base. Welcome to the fan base. Buffalo, this the fan base.
What is going on, Bills Mafia? Welcome to Bills Mafia, Buffalo FAMbase Madden cast. We are here in this is week 9, I believe. Week 8, week 9. Oh yeah, because the bye week. Yeah. And we have the AFC East divisional rival New York Jets in town today. So we will give you live broadcast of that game, and we have our first full-time guest today. Of course, is Auntie Robin Mundy, as well as Jake Jordan and myself, Justice General Bradford. So we will be bringing you, we'll be commentating for the game for you guys today. So we're gonna have a good time. Jake, how you doing today, bro?
Dude, I'm doing awesome. We weren't able to be here last week, and of course, everybody last week saw that game. And well, some people brought up because we weren't commentating, that's why we lost, Justice.
Yeah,
it was the first loss on the schedule.
I think we can't miss another week, honestly.
No, the undefeated season is over. But look, honestly, for realism's sake, I'm glad that they lost the game because
it feels a little more real.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more real. Plus, it was against the Packers, so that's not one that you're scratching your head over. But yeah, it was still a good game this week, but we got a great one this week, I'm pretty sure. So
absolutely, we have a great one this week. We have a great guest as well. How are you doing today, Auntie Robin?
I'm doing great. I just want to thank you both for inviting me to ride along on this. I listened to you guys a couple weeks ago, and I told you this before the show, but I was like freaking out because I don't do video games. I'm the old person, and I see these animations, and they are so real. The play calling, I'm still trying to kind of get adapted to a little bit. I'm sure it's going to change as, things change and develop. But it's kind of fascinating to see what plays actually the artificial intelligence picks, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always, one of the things that people can't get used to it, especially when it's your team that's doing the stupid thing. You're like, why is this making, we wouldn't have lost the game if this, and it's even worse when you're playing the game, because then some animation will happen and like something you didn't want to happen, and now you are at a disadvantage or whatever. But so that's annoying. But so we'll see what the Bills AI versus the Jets AI gets done today. Of course, so we have to talk about it a little bit. Last week, the Bills did lose to the Green Bay Packers, right? It was a last-minute thing, 40-43, if I'm not mistaken. The Bills had an opportunity to win the game. They squandered it, and the Green Bay Packers, took advantage of that. So that was the first loss of the season, another high-scoring game. So what are we expecting from this game today, Jake?
I don't know. Knowing Madden and what we've seen the last few weeks, I'm also expecting another barn burner, even though, it's one of those things where you go, all right, well, that team shouldn't score 100 points, but it's like, well, guess what? Madden sometimes thinks they will. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with the New York Jets because of all of the weapons that they've brought in on offense for Zach Wilson. And that defensive side of the ball is no slouch. And they've got all their rookies in there, man. And those guys do have, I believe Garrett Wilson is a 77 overall, which was mind-boggling to me. But he's already up there, so he's probably going to be a problem today. But we do get Tre'Davious White back for this game, so that is
oh, that's awesome. Good.
Awesome. Tre'Davious White will be making his season debut today. Our secondary will be at full health. So we'll see who ends up being on the other side of Tre'Davious White. Will it be rookie Kyer Elam? Will it be veteran Dane Jackson? Could it be Saran Hill? I doubt it, but we'll see. Of course, we'll have Teron Johnson for that nickel position. And so what are you expecting from Zach Wilson versus this secondary at full strength today, Miss Mundy?
That's an interesting question because there's a few things I expect from this game that I'm going to be looking at. And Zach Wilson, aside from his now legendary reputation off the field, I think on the field, he's going to have to earn it. And it's going to be interesting. A lot of people talk about Mac Jones as being the second best quarterback in the AFC East. I can't go there. I think Zach Wilson is poised to have, in my view, a better year than Mac Jones will. But it remains to be seen. There's, like Jake said, there are a lot of like unknowns with the Jets, and I have to be honest with you guys. This team scares me in the AFC East, and I think that people are riding on the Jets are always bad mantra, the recency bias kind of thing. Yeah. But Robert Saleh is a good head coach, and I've been impressed with what they've done. Yeah, they've kind of gone downhill his first couple of years, but he didn't have anything to work with, in my opinion. And now everything's kind of coming together. And I'll give you one guy that I'll be looking for is Jordan Whitehead, right? Mm-hmm. He's a safety, but he plays kind of a slot nickel. I think he's going to cause problems for the Bills, and there's going to be challenges there that I think a lot of Bills fans are unprepared to see.
Okay, all right, Ms. Mundy with the analysis. I like it.
She came in with the facts, man. But
right, exactly.
And I can't disagree with anything she said there because even on draft night when we sat there, I was like, I am so mad about how well the Jets are doing. Yeah. And we had another member of the fan base said, they're still the Jets. And I had to sit there, and I don't want to argue for the Jets, obviously. But you can't not look at what they're doing and go, well, they had to clean up a couple of years of Adam Gase and that whole thing. So now they're just kind of, on the rise. And like she said, I am more scared of the Jets in 2 years than I am the Patriots.
Amen.
I might be more scared of Jets this year than I am the Patriots.
I mean, we did go over our thing. I'm pretty sure, didn't I have the Patriots finish?
It was close.
I think I might have had the Patriots finishing.
Of all the scores for us three, I think it was me, you, and Caveman. I think the Patriots were either last or really, really close.
Yeah, I think they averaged out to
their
third,
numbers were close. Yeah. But all right, guys. Anything else before we get into this game?
One thing, Breece Hall. I need to know from either one of you what your thoughts are about that addition, because I think that's big for the Jets.
It is. He's a playmaker. But this is the number one defense in the league, and this also is Madden. So he's a rookie. Rookies don't typically perform well, but at least not Madden. So we'll see what he does in real life, but I don't think he's gonna have too much of an impact today. I guess we'll see. Yeah. Also, I think he's their second string running back right now.
Yeah, when I was adjusting the depth charts, I put him at running back too. So, all right, so Michael Carter is still the number one option.
We don't see a lot of RB2 a ton in Madden, so we'll see how much of a contribution he. I
don't know though. James Cook sometimes really produces for us in some big moments.
But then there's also some weeks where he doesn't play at all.
Yeah, exactly. There will be a game where you see them put Zach Moss in for a majority of the game, and then there's another game where, for some reason, they have James Cook sometimes equal to splitting snaps with Singletary. So it's so weird. But
shout out to my boy Mikey. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, man. Guys. We really appreciate you guys coming and supporting us. And also make sure while you're here, you slap that like button. All right, beat it to a pulp, please. So without further ado, we're gonna get into this week 9 matchup, in interdivisional matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the New Jersey Jets. Excuse me. So this is where we go from, what's his name? James Brown.
What?
What's his name?
We're like a Romo and Nance.
Jim Brown. We go from Jim Brown and Nate Burleson to Romo and Nance.
Yeah, they're like, I'm gonna send you to your game this afternoon,
exactly.
or whatever. Yeah, and where these people are on the call. All right, here we go.
All right.
Here's Flutie rolling out, and he is in for the touchdown. This place is bedlam. It is unbelievable.
Testaverde throwing the little flare to Keyshawn. Touchdown, New York Jets. Oh, baby! Oh, baby! Woo!
Two teams, each marking the same course.
1, 2, 3,
A division crown, a championship, locked in their steady gaze. Led by veterans, finally fulfilling long-denied promise.
He's got Quebec. Touchdown. Inside the 5. Touchdown. Curtis Smart looking for Johnson. He's got him. Touchdown.
We don't give a damn what they do. We're going to dictate what happens in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Faces lined by lost chances, missed opportunity. A heavy burden now shouldered by the smallest man with the biggest heart.
Flutie to throw. He lets it fly. Flutie back to pass. Flutie throw. And he's in for the touchdown. Can you believe it? Do you believe it?
They know, truly believe nothing exceeds their grasp. Faith, passion, desire can fuel a blinding blaze. The Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets. Today, two wills collide.
Welcome, everybody, to the best Madden cast in Bills Mafia. We are, of course, your two analysts, Jake, the Bills fan, and Justus General. Of course, I am on the color commentary duties, and Justus is on play-by-play. Justus, how we doing today?
We are amazing. We are bringing you your week 9 matchup today. And we are going to bring every matchup up until the Bills' regular season starts in week 1 versus the Los Angeles Rams. So we're here versus the New York Jets, and we have a special guest in the house today, Miss Robin Mundy, editor-in-chief at Buffalo FAMbase for our website, and she is an awesome person in general. So how are you doing today, Miss Mundy?
Doing great. Really excited to join you guys in this sim game.
Awesome. So we will be bringing you a matchup between the Bills and the Jets. Of course, this is a divisional matchup, and the first matchup between the two here in week 9, Jake, we've seen the Bills have high-scoring games this season. The Jets often have pretty good defensives. Of course, they have Robert Saleh, defensive guy from the 49ers. That's their defensive coordinator. What are you expecting to see from Josh Allen versus Ezekiel Elliott?
I'm really expecting him to continue a little bit more of the same, where he just continues to find different ways to get every single piece of the offense involved and just continue to spread it around and take on some of these teams that maybe don't have secondaries that can hold up to every single offensive weapon that he has at his disposal.
Absolutely. All right, so we are going to get you guys the rules for this Madden simulation tournament. Jake?
Sure, of course. As always, the sim rules, 15-minute quarters, all Madden difficulty, and both QBs ratings do match what it is in Madden 23. And of course, every single roster has been updated to reflect team changes with rounds 1 through 3 rookies And that little asterisk there is just telling you, unless they were a specialist, which usually means that they will make the team, and no user input, all CPU, as we're here underway in New Jersey.
Kickoff has begun here in New Jersey, and Tavon Austin brings it out to the end zone. He had a fumble last week on a return that actually sparked the comeback by the Green Bay Packers, but 40 points put up by this man here was not enough as the Bills took their first L of the season, but they look to bounce back here today, Jake, versus the Jets.
Sure, of course they do, and when you come off a loss like that, it definitely hurts. So to know that you still put up 40 points and you couldn't get it done, this defense more than anything today is going to be out for blood against these new-look New York Jets.
Josh Allen starts off the game at his own 14-yard line under center in the I formation. First play is a run. Devin Singletary finds a hole and picks up 3 on the play.
Yeah, and I'd be very curious to see what the Buffalo Bills game plan is this week. Are they just going to spread it around? Or we've seen some games where they will sit there and they will just continue to run the ball and force that issue.
Under center for the second play. Josh Allen gives it to Singletary. Again, Singletary finds the hole. Singletary breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 29-yard line. 12-yard pickup for Devin Singletary on the second run of the game.
Sure, and of course, like we see here, this could be a big game for Motor Singletary, who, again, a couple of times this year has been called on to make these type of plays and get those first downs and just absolutely make defenses have to respect the run game. And right there, you just see him absolutely taking a defender off of him. That's the kind of energy this Bills team is playing with today.
Josh Allen has yet to see shotgun formation as he comes out under center. Few extra blockers as they give it to James Cook on the carry, and he picks up Zach Moss, Shout out to Zach Moss, now a member of the Bills Mafia podcast team, as he picks up 3 on the play.
Yeah, definitely. And like we've seen here, the Bills are not afraid to switch it up when it comes to their second option at running back over the last few weeks, alternating between the third-year man and Zach Moss and first-year man James Cook.
Allen under center. He gives it to his running back again. Zach Moss picks up a gain of 6 on the play. Miss Monday, Zach Moss, how do you feel about him being a part of Bills Mafia now and on the podcast team?
It's so exciting. When you announced it, I was just in a state of shock. You know, we have so much to look forward to this season, and I can hardly wait to listen to what he has to say during the season on his podcast. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely going to be a ton of fun as we see Josh Allen pick up the first down there to his man Jamison Crowder on the 12-yard reception.
Yeah, and we've seen Jamison Crowder, of course, be very active in this offense since week 1. Josh Allen not afraid to throw it to his brand new man that the Buffalo Bills brought in for him during the offseason. Just a nice little safety blanket right out there, just finds the absolute hole in the zone, and Jamison Crowder able to pick up a nice, reasonable gain.
Crowder has burned us a few times, so paybacks are going to be hell, I hope.
Absolutely. They give it to Singletary again. Singletary runs right into the defender and made no attempt to juke or deke her at all, and he's taken down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, not even brought up is that Jamison Crowder, first time back here in New Jersey to play his former team, the New York Jets. So we're going to see, maybe it's the kind of day where he says, nah, give me the ball first. He's the one who wants to get all these stats today.
You know, McDermott has a knack for making guys captains when they're playing their own team. So we'll see what happens there as Josh Allen is under center. Quick throw. I'm sorry, not Kyle Pitts. O.J. Howard on the reception, and that'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and I want to see what kind of game this is going to be, because right now this New York Jets defense is definitely still one of the better units in the league. So probably one of the best that the Bills have played this season.
Allen in the gun. He's out the side of the pocket. He throws and he finds it complete to his man. Jake, you said that Jamison Crowder might have a big game today, and he's showing it so far today.
It might be coined the Jamison Crowder revenge game. And right now, the New York Jets just weren't able to really find that spot for that veteran that's, been on their team for this last couple of years. So he decided, well, I might as well stay in the division here and, just actually maybe win a little bit more than he has in recent years.
Josh Allen comes out. He's going to drop back the pass, and he's getting outside the pocket. Ooh. He turns around, gets it to his man Diggs, and Diggs gets a gain of 10 and a first down on the play. Looked pretty dangerous there, but he's able to pick up the yards and inside the Jets red zone.
Yeah, the red zone territory right here. Look, Josh Allen just with a crazy spin move there to throw it, almost like a no-look pass there to his receiver. It was great.
Josh Allen drops back the pass. Oh, throw to Stephon Diggs, and he breaks the tackle. Touchdown. 17-14, and it works again. Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs as they put the first points up on the board here in the Meadowlands.
Of course, and like a lot of people have said, 17-14 equals 6. I don't know how the math works out, but I know on the football field it surely does. So right there, we've seen it. Last 2 plays in a row, Josh Allen and that connection with Stephon Diggs over across the middle of the field. You can't stop it. It's one of the hardest connections to stop.
As it is. Miss Monday, as we wait here for the extra point, Tyler Bass kicks it, and it is good. How about the connection that Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen have had since he's come to Buffalo? It seems like an instant partnership.
Absolutely. And from a personality standpoint, I don't know that you could find 2 guys that fit better than these 2. And it just keeps getting better. So I think this year is going to be very interesting. And let's not forget the guy on the other side, Gabe Davis. He's going to have an interesting increased role. And it's going to be interesting to see how they defend against both Diggs and Davis, because it's going to be hard. Of course, they have Sauce Gardner.
Especially with the increased expected role of Gabriel Davis this season. We'll see how much of a threat he is. But we get to see Zach Wilson's first look this season versus this touted Bills defense, number 1 in the NFL last year, Jake. What are you expecting from the second-year man out of BYU?
I'm expecting a huge increase in production for Zach Wilson just because this team has learned to build around him the right way. They have increased his weapons all across the board and made sure to shore up that offensive line. So he has no excuses to take a bit of a bump in his second year.
All right, and he hands the ball out to Michael Carter, and he picks up a gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, and right here, the Jets pretty much known, especially with Madden probably still having the playbook from the year prior. They're a predominantly running team, and we still have seen the Bills defense struggle with that this year.
Power formation, Zach Wilson under center. They run the ball again. Michael Carter finds a hole, breaks a tackle, picks up a pretty decent gain on the play. Another gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and we're already seeing it from both teams here. Maybe even though the weather looks almost immaculate outside, they are going to keep running the ball. And right now we're going to see if that's going to change for the Jets.
Another power formation and play action this time. Zach Wilson cannot find his receiver. He had him open for a first down. He just puts a little too much air under it.
Yeah, he does. And right there, that's still just a little bit of jitters there with that defensive line of the Buffalo Bills coming down on you. Just overthrowing a receiver should have been an easy pass right there. Get the first down and keep the chains moving. But now right here, the New York Jets 3 and out on what should have been an easy drive.
And as we expect and are going to get a punt here from the New York Jets. Miss Mundy, what do you think about the potential of Zach Wilson? Of course, he was drafted very highly by the Jets, and they want him to be their franchise quarterback. Do you think he has the potential to be what they hope he will be in New York?
Unfortunately, I do. whether or not he achieves like Hall of Fame level status, I don't know. But he's a very cerebral quarterback. He has a different skill set, obviously, than Josh Allen. But I think if you play in the New York market, you have to have a personality that can handle that. And he's already experiencing that in terms of, all the stuff going on with his personal life. But I think he can overcome that. And I do. I think there's a good chance that he could be a very solid quarterback for them for years to come.
Devin Singletary picks up a gain of 1 stop on the play made by veteran CJ Mosley, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and again, there's just the Buffalo Bills keep on running the ball for some reason. But look, it has worked out for them, and they have been able to sprinkle the pass in there a few times. And we've seen a few games this season where that's worked for them. So we're going to see what Josh Allen's about to do right here. Looks like we might be getting a throw.
It seems to be a rare occasion today. Josh Allen comes out in the gun.
What
he
was
is outside
that?
of the pocket? Very, very, very bad mistake as he tries to look for his man, Stephon Diggs, 1-on-1 with the corner, makes a bad decision, bad throw, and pays the consequences.
Can we get a replay on this? What is this? A 40-yard shovel? I don't even know how he threw that like that. But right there,
his neck was turned the wrong way.
Yeah, he looked like an owl out there, and Stephon Diggs not even making an attempt for the ball. Just another thing of that Madden animation stuff going on here. And right there, now the Jets in prime position get the ball right back, right at midfield.
We see Zach Wilson take the stage for the second drive of the game. Of course, down by 7, thanks to the Bills' first drive where they scored a touchdown. Zach Wilson comes out under center again. Look like we maybe see a run from Michael Carter as we do. The Bills are ready for it. Von Miller gets the stop in the backfield for a gain of 1 on play.
Yeah, and right here, I'd like to see the New York Jets maybe try to open it up a little bit more, not just continue to go to this runs. I mean, they bring in guys like CJ Uzomah and they draft guys like Garrett Wilson and these offensive weapons to use in the pass game. So to continue to just force the issue with the run, maybe isn't going to be their best game plan here.
CJ Wilson. Zach Wilson in the gun.
There we go.
And he finds his man on the swing, and he picks up a nice gain. That's a gain of 29 on the play as he enters Buffalo territory. Michael Carter stepping out and having a pretty good game so far today.
And there you go. And you have to assume that using the Kyle Shanahan type system that they'd be introducing some of these kind of concepts. And right here, Michael Carter just beating Matt Milano in the speed and just being able to pick up a nice gain. And the Jets here are rolling.
Zach Wilson steps back into the gun. Reese Hall on the field, and Zach Wilson misses his receiver on that play.
Honestly, I can't blame Zach Wilson for that one. That really just seemed like his receiver just wasn't even looking for the ball there. Great throw by Zach Wilson, but again, just not connecting. 2nd and 10.
Zach Wilson starts from the 27-yard line. Play action, quick throw. Zach Wilson finds his man wide open for the Jets touchdown. That's his tight end, and it is now going to be a tie game pending the extra point.
And there it is. CJ Uzomah must be the tight end you want to bring in if you want your young quarterback to take that step up right there, just wide open to walk into the end zone.
Bills linebackers didn't have a great drive there, Miss Mundini. Tremaine Edmonds looks like he got beat there on the touchdown, and Matt Milano got beat on the route to Michael Carter as we see the Jets tie the game up. Hopefully the linebackers can play better in the regular season, right?
Yeah, we would hope so. But we see that with Tremaine from time to time, where there's drives where it seems like he's zigging when he should be zagging. But we really hope that he puts that behind him because he has a big year ahead of him with a contract coming up or not.
Absolutely. We'll see. what happens there. So Josh Allen will come out for the third time today, and right after this kickoff with Tavon Austin out there for the return. And we will not see a return.
Yeah, the thing that we can't talk about enough as we wait for Josh Allen to come back out on the field with this offense is the protection that Zach Wilson is getting is better than anything we have seen the New York Jets put on the field in the last few years. And that's a testament to their front office and the complete change in philosophy when it comes to team building.
That's a great point. We have seen Zach Wilson with a lot of time to throw the ball. Even though he looks to have some jitters, he still, has the time to put the ball where it needs to go. So we'll see if they can give Josh Allen the same as he comes out in the gun. He does the playing time. He dumps it out to his running back. His running back takes it down, and that's a gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, and right there is just another reception for Jamison Crowder out of the backfield. And we're just going to see that, the secondary and this defense overall of the New York Jets has gotten better. It's not going to be as easy for these receivers to get open as you'd see in years prior.
Devin Singletary finds a hole, and that's a big gain as he picks up the first down on the play.
And not something that's talked about enough with Singletary is he is shifty, so he finds that little crease and is able to make one guy miss. And as everybody who's probably played football knows, is that the running back, your goal is always make the first man miss. That's what you want to do. And right there, that's exactly what Devin Singletary does right here. And then he's able to cut up and get some more yards after contact. And you can't ask for anything more from your running back.
Not just shifty, but also small as well. He's able to hide behind those big offensive linemen in front of him, find the holes, and make as many plays as he can. So we see Devin Singletary in the backfield again. Josh Allen under center. They're going to give it right back to him. He finds another hole. He beats, but probably unnecessarily, as he only picks up 2 yards, Probably could have had a little bit more there, Jake.
Yeah, probably could have had a little bit more there. And Gabriel Davis on the block there, not really setting it real well for Devin Singletary to make the best decision there. But again, 2nd and 8, the Bills are just be able to come out, focus, and be able to put a play out on the field. Still, 2nd and manageable, not very long.
Josh Allen drops back to pass. He's got time. He throws it high, but Jamison Crowder is able to come up with it. And Josh Allen's only incompletion was that ill-advised interception he's thrown. Otherwise, he's been playing pretty well today as he comes up on 3rd and short.
Yeah, he has been. And right now we've seen that with Josh Allen is that if you look at his stats all across the board, they've pretty much been MVP level stats. But the ill-advised plays that we have seen come from him, they always just seem to be in the worst moments. And hopefully we don't see any more of those today.
Josh Allen, quick throw on 3rd down. Dawson Knox picks up the first, and that's a good gain from his star tight end. Is he a star? Is Dawson Knox a star tight end?
I'd say so. Star, of course, there is a difference between superstar and star. And I would say that right now you could consider him a star with the potential to move up into superstar status with the way that he plays and the way that his mold is the archetype for tight ends that have been successful in the league in years prior.
All right, I like it. Devin Singletary finds another hole and picks up a gain of 4. So Devin Singletary's running has been quite effective today. Not anything amazing, but he's doing what he needs to do to move the chains.
Sure, of course he is. And, they're kind of using the run to set up their passing attempts, which is something that we have seen them do in multiple games, not just this season, but last season too. So the Bills are very, very keen on being a multifaceted team when it comes to their offensive approach.
Trips left. Josh Allen's out of the pocket. He's going to go ahead and slide down at the 31-yard line for a first down, and they're in New Jersey territory.
Yes, they are. And right here, you can see all the people that had to travel down to New Jersey from New York City, and they are not happy right now. But good decision by Josh Allen to take the slide there, not take the contact. We've kind of seen that he's been doing that more recently. And that's something that you want to see from your quarterback so that you can have his longevity, be able to stay, as long as possible on your team.
Josh Allen in the gun on first down. He throws it. He finds his man, Jamison Crowder, again this Monday. How about the day that Jamison Crowder is having here in New Jersey?
I don't think any of us should be surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't really happen. I always respected Crowder's game, and he hurt the Bills on more than one occasion. So I think that this play calling is probably fairly realistic, although we don't really know what Ken Dorsey's going to do we? You know, we don't know what his signature is going to be. And I think that leaves a lot to be desired in terms of, like with a sim game, are these really the kind of plays that Ken Dorsey's going to call? We don't know.
We will see. But Devin Singletary running hard and picking up a tough 5 yards. He knocked over 2 or 3 guys on that play. But we'll see what happens here on second down. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 11-yard line. Josh Allen is under center. Josh Allen drops back the pass. He's getting outside the pocket again. He's going to scramble. He runs the guy over, but is taken down after a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and right now they're set up in prime position here at the 8-yard line, 3rd and 1. Like, you have to assume that Josh Allen here, they have a ton of different ways they can go about it, whether they want to go short. Devin Singletary has been pretty good at picking up the last couple of yards that you need to move the chains in games prior. So we'll see what they go for here.
Josh Allen under center. He gives it to his big man, Zach Moss. Is breaking tackle on its way to the end zone. Bills Mafia's newest member, Zach Moss, with the hard-earned touchdown on the play.
Yeah, and right there, Zach Moss. Again, we've always said he is a tough runner with some tree trunk legs, and he's got some power behind him. And right here, there's a reason why on 3rd down they put this man in. He can carry people into the end zone, and he did more than what was asked of him just to get the first down. No, he said, I'm going to take these guys, and I'm going to go get that touchdown. And he made a business decision on that run, and it resulted in 6.
Zach Moss carrying offensive linemen on his back via route to the end zone as we see Tyler Bass comes on and makes it a 7-point game. Zach Moss carried the lineman into the end zone this Monday. Like,
awesome. Just awesome stuff. And this is what I hope we see from Zach Moss. I looked at him during what I could see from the OTAs and mini camps, and he looks a little bigger to me. And you guys saw him in person. What's the deal? Is he put on some muscle?
Well, he definitely looks like he has. That's for sure. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah, and he has a newfound confidence about him as well. So awesome. he likes the tutelage that Duke Johnson is able to bring to the running back room. And so we'll see if he's able to soak that up and make the most of it as Tyler Bass kicks it deep. We're going to see a return here from the New York Jets. He takes it out past the 20 and not much more as he brings it out to the 21-yard line. So we'll see Zach Wilson have maybe his final drive here of the first quarter, down by 7 after the touchdown.
Sure, and this is a pertinent drive here for the Jets as they really need to keep up with the Buffalo Bills. We've seen it so many times this season is that once the Buffalo Bills do get a lead, of course, Madden then switches the entire game at halftime, which is what its AI does. And, these teams have to fight back. And we could be heading in a situation like that today where if the Bills are up huge at halftime, that maybe the second half is going to be a little bit more fun to watch than this first half.
Michael Carter dragging bodies down there as he takes the Bills defense for a ride for a pickup of 8 yards on the run.
Sure, and we haven't seen much of Breece Hall today at all. Of course, their running back that they chose this year in the draft. And a lot of people expected, if you spend a high draft pick on a guy that he's going to play right away. But Michael Carter, I don't know what he did in the offseason, but he has definitely made sure to keep that number 1 spot secure. As last season, he was the leading rusher for the Jets, and he looked damn good while doing it.
Michael Carter on the run. He picks up 1 yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and inches here as we will see what the Jets offensive coordinator calls on 3rd and inches to pick up this first down. Still in his own territory. Zach Wilson is under center in the I formation. They're going to give it to Michael Carter, and Michael Carter is not going to make it to the first down marker. He's actually going to lose half a yard. So we'll likely see the punt team come on here.
Yeah, and we've seen it. There you go. The second-year man, Gregory Rousseau, coming in on that run support and stopping him before he can get anywhere close to the chains. And right there, we've seen it in run support the last year in his rookie year. Greg Rousseau ranking among some of the best. So, we're going to see if that continues into this year, and that does nothing but help this defensive line that we've seen, sometimes has a struggle of stopping the run, especially with new additions.
Tavon Austin picks up no yards on the play. How about Tavon Austin, Miss Mundy? Do you expect to see him make the team this year?
I do. The things that I read from other people suggest that he might have a hard time. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. And yes, I do think he's going to make the roster. I think he's going to do it on special teams, his special teams play. And if he gets any chance during the regular part of the offense, he'll do it. He'll be fine. I think he can make it.
Play action. He finds Stephon Diggs on the sideline. That's a pickup of 9 or almost close to a first down.
Yeah, and just to agree with Miss Mundy, there's just, if you think about Tavon Austin, I'm seeing a role that is possibly similar to what we had with Andre Roberts, where it was a specific role that you are the kick returner and you are mainly on special teams, but sometimes you would see the Buffalo Bills use Andre Roberts as a receiver, and I believe that the upside that Tavon Austin brings with that as well, I think he's a better overall receiver than Andre Roberts was, and he'll be able to bring versatility on both ends, and I think the Buffalo Bills like that.
So we see a challenge here by the New York Jets on the catch from Stephon Diggs. We will get the call here from the referee, Ed Ockley. And the ruling on the field stands. That will cost the New York Jets and Robert Saleh a timeout there, as they thought that it was incomplete. It looked like they had a little bit of an argument there, Jake.
Yeah, probably not really agreeing with it, or maybe somebody up top saw something a little bit differently. But right there, you don't want to misuse those challenges, and it could end up, it is the first half, but you want to make sure that everything's running smoothly from up top and down below, because if you are in a late game situation and you pull something like that, that could cost you a timeout that could end up costing you the game.
Josh Allen, after the pickup by Devin Singletary, Josh Allen is in the gun from his own 42-yard line. 4 seconds left in the quarter. He finds Dawson Knox over the middle, and Dawson Knox picks up a great gain of 18 on the play. And that will end the first quarter here, as the Buffalo Bills are up by a touchdown on the New York Jets. So far, what we've seen from the Jets today, have you been impressed, Miss Mundy?
I have been, but I'm not surprised. Again, I think they're a better team than people are giving them credit for. Their defense is to be respected. Robert Saleh knows what he's doing. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Josh Allen starts under center from now the Jets' 42-yard line. He finds his tight end again. Dawson Knox on the sideline for a gain of 5 on the play. And Josh Allen is 12 of 13 here. Very efficient game so far today, Jake.
Yeah, and Josh Allen, again, we've seen he is able to be efficient. That is kind of the name of his game, and right here you're just seeing him pinpoint all these different weapons that he has and using his legs. He just shows how much of an overall, great quarterback he is.
And James Cook comes in for his first run of the game, and that's a pickup of 26 on the carry. The rookie comes in and makes impact immediately.
Yeah, and where do you see him run? Oh, you see him run to that left side where they brought in newly acquired offensive lineman Roger Saffold. He's able to find the hole, and you know Roger Saffold knows something about blocking for running backs. James Cook right there with a great run, and the Bills in great position here to possibly put another 6 up on the board.
How about the block by McKenzie? Great play by the Buffalo Bills as Josh Allen comes out under center. Devin Singletary picks up a gain of 4 on the play. So 5, 2 good runs in a row. And now the Bills are inside the New York 10-yard line.
Yeah, and right here, let's see what the Bills do. Obviously, the run game has worked out for them as well here. And, you know, we'll see. What are they going to do?
Josh Allen under center. He gives it. Devin Singletary takes it into the end zone for the Bills' 3rd touchdown of the game. And this run game is working today.
Yes, it is. And right now, that's not something that if before the game you had told me was going to happen, as this Jets defensive line knows a little bit of something about stopping the run, as that is primarily what their team runs in practice. So they do know how to defend that. Plus, you know, with some newly acquired guys like Carl Lawson, you expect this Jets defensive line with John Franklin Myers and Quinnen Williams, just these massive guys, to be able to stop the run. And right now the Bills have just found a way to scheme for it, and they've been able to have success.
So we see the Bills take their first drive of the second quarter and take it in for 7 points. And that's now 2 drives in a row where they put touchdowns on the board. And the Jets look like they could be forming a close game. Now it looks like it's a little bit less of a close game here, Miss Mundy.
It's a it's closer than the score indicates. You know, I don't know what the stats are. I haven't seen them yet. But I think that this is close to being realistic in my view in terms of how this game could actually go down. I'm very interested to know how Ken Dorsey is going to use the running game compared to Brian Daboll. You know, Daboll was very unpredictable. I don't think Dorsey is going to be any different. I just wonder if he's going to use the running game to set up the passing game more than Daboll used to.
And we'll see that. They've certainly been doing it so far in today's game, that's for sure. As the Jets return their kick out to the 23-yard line, so a net -2 yards as we see Zach Wilson come out in the gun. It's going to be a play action. He's got plenty of time. Throws over the middle, looking for his man, but cannot find him, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, and just look at the time that Zach Wilson had to sit there and just analyze the field. And right there, that should have been a great completion right there and a great throw thrown right to his wide receiver, but of course couldn't hang on. But right now we're seeing that this Jets offense has been able to move. Just a few ill-timed things have caused them to be down in this hole.
Zach Wilson gives it to the back this time. That's Michael Carter again. He gets a pickup of 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 7 here from their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, and, you know, if you're second along like that, you can't really – I understand that running the ball is maybe what your bread and butter is. At least it was in years prior. But right now you've had a lot of success in the pass game as well, so maybe try to open it up a little bit.
Zach Wilson, 3rd and 7. He's got time. He floats it in. Great defense there by the veteran Teron Johnson. And it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, just trying to lead his receiver while he runs up the sideline, but underthrows it a little bit. And right there, not an interception, but could have been a really dangerous play right there that Zach Wilson threw. Just really wasn't – he overestimated maybe where he was going to be able to put that ball in the placement. But right there, again, you'd like to see that he's still taking chances, and that's something as a young quarterback you want to see them do, but maybe not in a situation where, you know, you absolutely need that first down. Maybe do that on your first couple of downs there.
How about the 4th-round pick in 2018 out of TCU, Teron Johnson, this Monday? He has been something special in the NFL.
Oh, my goodness. When we got him signed to a long-term contract, I was thrilled. I think he's very underrated.
Absolutely. Devin Singletary picks it up and he finds a hole amongst not very many. He finds the one and picks up 2 on the play.
Yeah, it was pretty much a no-win situation there for Devin Singletary. 2 holes open up there in that offensive line, and no matter where he was going, he was probably only getting 2 yards. So he decided to ride his lineman for just a little bit longer to see if anything would open up, and it only results in 2.
Josh Allen under center from his own 36-yard line. He's giving it back to Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary makes a man miss and didn't look very promising at the start of the play, but he does end up picking up a pretty good game.
Yeah, again, we've seen it, and we've seen it in running backs before, like Le'Veon Bell, where they will just sit back there behind that offensive line and just wait for something to open up, and that's what Devin Singletary has been doing here today, and it has paid out for him.
2 tight end set. Josh Allen's under center. He's getting out of the pocket. He's scrambling.
Look
He's
at that.
Got the first down. He's got a lot more. Josh Allen's on the sideline. He takes it to New Jersey territory down to the 31-yard line, and that's a Buffalo first down.
And again, we've said it multiple times, is that Josh Allen, with the ability to move like he moves, if nothing is open for him, just look at the amount of green that was there. It was a no-brainer for him to take off. And right there, thankfully the Jets had a safety able to come back and stop him. If not, he was going all the way to the house with that one.
Josh Allen comes out in the gun from the Jets' 31-yard line. 4-man rush. Josh Allen is taken down in the backfield by Quinnen Williams, third-year man out of Alabama.
Yeah, big man, Quinnen Williams going out there. And, of course, you knew Josh Allen's not going to be able to escape everything, but even right here you can see he beats a double team. He's able to get back there and get Josh Allen. And, again, one of the first negative plays outside of the interception that Josh Allen has generated. And right there, that's going to be a huge boost for this Jets defensive line.
2nd and 16 from the Jets' 37-yard line. Josh Allen starts out under center with trips right. He gives it to Singletary. Singletary finds a hole, and that's going to be a pickup of 3. And I don't know if I like that play on 2nd and 16. It's now 3rd and 13, Jake.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That was some pretty questionable calling, and we know that the Bills probably on 2nd and 16 probably aren't calling a run in real life, but maybe something more akin to what we see right here.
Josh Allen with 5 wide. He's facing the 4-man front. He steps up in the pocket and is picked off. Looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. It goes into the hands of the corner. And it's going to be the Jets ball from their own 21-yard line.
And here's a little bit of Madden logic for you. You see exactly where, especially a quarterback like Josh Allen has I believe, a 85 mid-range throw percentage. And right there, you see that Dawson Knox just completely stopped, and he threw the ball directly to a defensive back that was sitting right there. That was a planned-out interception by the game's AI to make this game a little bit more interesting. But right there, it's another interception chalked up for Josh Allen in this game.
And, we see those from time to time. I remember when he played at Wyoming, Josh was he's that swashbuckler type. And, oh, boy.
Zach Wilson finds his man over the middle, and that's going to first down. I'm sorry, continue, Squinty.
Oh, no, just wanted to finish and say that the one thing about Josh and interceptions, he is numb to them. If he throws 4 of them, he's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He'll just keep going.
Absolutely, and you need to have that next play mentality, as we see Elijah Moore with the reception from Zach Wilson for the first down. So 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. The Jets have a 2 tight end set. They're going to give it to Michael Carter, and he's going to go on the stretch play, but he's going nowhere as he picks up 1. But Micah Hyde there on the stop.
Sure, and I really love that last play with Elijah Moore. Again, we want to see this Jets offense open it up more with all these weapons that they have. Elijah Moore in the slot is one of the most deadly weapons that this New York Jets team needs to use, and right there you just see exactly why his speed to beat any of the defensive backs is unmatched.
Zach Wilson, play action. He's getting blitzed.
Whoa.
No
There
problem.
he is.
Elijah Moore breaks a tackle, breaks another, but he steps out of bounds inside the Buffalo 25-yard line. That's a New York first down.
Yeah, and I mean, what did I just say?
Yeah, I was going to say, you just pegged that, Jake.
I have done that a couple of times, and
That's awesome.
sometimes it gets scary. I'm like, Tremaine Edmonds needs to do something right here. And then it gets like it's like a pick six. Remember, like
Yeah,
That's awesome.
crazy.
2 tight end set for Michael Carter Williams. Doesn't matter. Greg Rousseau, Daquan Jones, and Micah Hyde all ganged up on him for the tackle, and no gain on the play.
Sure, and you don't want to see the New York Jets fold right here and just keep running the ball in this territory. Don't be afraid to air it out, and this probably really good opportunity for them right here on 2nd and 10.
And they do air it out.
There you go.
Get it
There you
back
go.
to their man. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis with his first touchdown of the game. And it is now a 1-possession game as the Jets make it 21-13.
Like I said, Madden wants to make this game a little bit more interesting. And what do? Off of an interception from Josh Allen, they drive down the field and now make it a 1-score game here in New Jersey. And right now, well, actually 1-score game pending this extra point.
Still a 1-score game, but it is now a 7-point game as the Jets scored their touchdown. And that's a great throw and catch, Miss Mundy.
Awesome. We're very fortunate that our defensive line is as good as they are, but at the same time, you see New York Jets are taking every opportunity they can to get them off balance, and it's working at the moment.
Absolutely. We haven't seen a ton of pressure on Zach Wilson from this defensive line, and
No.
it might be a little concerning.
But very realistic. Robert Saleh, he's very crafty, with the defense.
Absolutely. As the Jets kick it off, we will see a return here from Tavon Austin as he brings it out from the 1-yard line.
Come
Out
on,
past the
Tavon.
20. He's out past the 30 and takes it out to the 31. One of the better returns we've
Best
seen.
return of the year.
And so far in this season in Madden. So Josh Allen, 12 of 14, 2 incompletions. Both of those incompletions, interceptions. And both of those interceptions take 7 points the other way. So he can't make any more mistakes right now, Jake.
Yeah, he can't, but I will tell you right now he will. We will see it in this game. I forget what it was a couple of weeks ago. We saw him throw 5. So
Whoa.
definitely
That
not.
was Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, was it Pat Mahomes?
Yeah. Josh Allen throws it. Gabriel Davis, the third man out of UCF with the reception of 7, and it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Even then, we're not going to see Josh Allen shy away from throwing the ball, even if he keeps throwing these interceptions. Like Ms. Mundy said, he does not let them affect them. He's going to come in and just keep doing the same thing that's worked so many times before. Yeah, maybe a little things are off balance and things aren't timed the right way, but he's going to keep doing what they do best.
Josh Allen throws over the middle. He's got his man, the New York killer, Jamison Crowder, for a first down.
Yeah, and right now we're going to see already 67 yards for Jamison Crowder, and we're only halfway through the second quarter. I mean, I expect so many things from him, and I know a lot of people thought when he signed that maybe, why did we even sign this guy? But I'll tell you why. That's why you signed that guy.
Exactly.
Josh Allen gives it. Devin Singletary finds a hole. Devin Singletary having himself a game. He's 27 yards away from the century mark. And 154 rushing yards for the Bills here in the first half today, Jake.
Yeah, we've seen some great blocking by this offensive line as well, where we've seen multiple running backs be able to have a day. But Devin Singletary already close to the century mark with a touchdown already.
Slanted I formation. Devin Singletary breaks a tackle, breaks another, and gets the first down. Devin Singletary running emphatically out there today.
Oh, you already know this is the year for Devin Singletary to truly put his stamp on this position that he's going to be this guy for this team. And you know kind of how the view is for running backs nowadays in the NFL. If you get anything like this out of Devin Singletary this year, those contract negotiations are going to be a little bit more spicy than other people would have thought.
Josh Allen in the slanted eye. They give it to Singletary again, and they were ready for it as the New York defensive line comes up and makes the stop for no gain.
Yeah, and if the Buffalo Bills keep going to the well too many times, you know, the New York Jets are going to catch on that it's running out of water. So we're going to see right here that, you know, maybe keep spreading it out. Don't just overrun Devin Singletary.
Again, and Devin Singletary laying the boom, and that's the pickup of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, and we're gonna see right here. We've seen a lot more of Devin Singletary putting the hits on people this year than maybe normally we would see. He's definitely got that hit stick activated.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what the Bills can do here on 3rd down. The inside of Jets territory. Obviously, the Jets just scored a touchdown, so you would like to keep your foot on their throats as Josh Allen comes out in shotgun formation. 4-man rush. He is getting outside of the pocket. He's going to scramble. He's going to pick up the first down. He's on the sideline, and he's inside the New Jersey 15-yard line. That's a first down from QB1.
Yeah, and how many times can we say that Josh Allen is just a weapon with his arm and his legs? They need to be registered as deadly firearms because either way, he is going to be able to beat you. It does not matter if you take everything away. His option to just turn on his legs and go is one of the best in the league, and why, you know, he's always up there in rushing stats every single year.
300 total yards, 317 total yards in this first half so far for the Bills as they get the screen going. It works this time.
Oh,
James
man.
Cook with a pickup of 6 on the play, and Josh Allen was patient on that screenplay, Jake.
Justus, that's the first successful Buffalo Bills screenplay that we've seen all season.
It was crazy to see him sit there and wait for him to get open. We've never seen that before. So Josh Allen under center. Devin Singletary picks up a first down, and they're inside the New Jersey 5-yard line. That's going to be a first down, and Josh Allen, now it's 4 yards to go in order to get to the end zone.
You know he's going to run it if he can.
We've seen it plenty of times where he'll roll out and he'll just run it in.
Yep.
Power formation, 3 tight ends on the field. He give it to Reggie Gilliam. Reggie Gilliam is cheated out of a touchdown. That was 6 points, Jim.
Wait, so how did they just said that he had a run for 4 yards? We needed 4 yards to get into the end zone. How does that work out?
That was a touchdown.
I was wondering.
Josh Allen under center. He's got 2 tight ends. 7.
Right.
Touchdown to the best touchdown tight end in the league last year, Dawson Knox, with his breakout season in 2021, and he continues so far here this season as he picks up 7 for the touchdown.
There you go, and just a great drive by the Buffalo Bills to get down there, and you can just see wide open right there, not a defender on him. That was an easy throw all day for Josh Allen to make. And again, Dawson Knox has proven he's one of the best red zone touchdown tight ends in the league. So we're going to see the kick go up. And, of course, now the Buffalo Bills up 2 scores on the New York Jets with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. And, Miss Money, I got to ask, what do you think right now the New York Jets game plan should be? Should they air the ball out a little bit more or just kind of continue what they're doing? Because we've seen a lot of their success come from the air more than it has on the ground.
It has, and that's an interesting question. I think because Buffalo's offense is so potent, I would probably air it out some. I'd be looking at wanting to get another touchdown before halftime. Yeah,
100%, because right now we've seen that I always have to bring this up because every single time we see the Bills go in with a lead, it always seems like the game completely flips and you see two different teams come out here. And right now we've seen a pretty competitive first half between the Bills and the Jets. So I'm really wondering what's going to happen here, what the final score is going to be, or if we're just going to see this type of game all the way through. But right here, passing today, 5 of 9 for 134 yards for Zach Wilson. That is immaculate. That is what you want to see when you're looking at your young quarterback in year 2.
Especially against the number 1 defense in the NFL last year that only got better in this year's offseason. So we'll see what they have as Zach Wilson comes out under center, trips left from his own 25-yard line. Zach Wilson drops back to pass, throw across the middle. He misses his tight end on the throw.
Yeah, and that would have been an easy one right there. Again, for every time that you see Zach Wilson come out, you see those short little throws. Madden is going to make it to where he misses a couple of them. Josh Allen, I remember playing as him in his first couple of years in Madden, it would do the same thing.
Zach Wilson in the gun. He steps up in the pocket, throws to his left, and he finds Breece Hall. That's a pickup of 4 on the play.
Yeah, and there you go. Our first sighting of Breece Hall today. And again, we've always said that Breece Hall was going to bring a lot to the passing game as well. So if they're really going to open up this New York Jets offense, just sending him out on some routes might be a great decision for them.
And Breece Hall with the carry, he shifts and shapes, and he picks up 4, but it was 3rd down, Jake, and now it's 4th.
Yep, not enough, and in 4th and 2, all the way down, pinned down here in your territory. I mean, you just got to punt this away and hope that your defense can stop the Buffalo Bills again, because taking a chance right here would not be a great decision.
Mr. Mundy, the Bills have scored on their last 2 drives. You're down by 2 scores. What's up with running the ball there if you're the Jets?
Pardon me?
The Bills are up 2 touchdowns, and they scored on their last 2 possessions. You're on your own territory. It's 3rd and 6. Why would you run the ball there if you're the Jets to not pick up the first down?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's one of those plays that I don't know that would happen like in real life. But we'll see how the Bills respond. The Bills need to try to come out and get another touchdown here. Step on their throat.
Absolutely. And the last drive, Josh Allen was 4 for 4 for 22 yards and a touchdown on the drive, excuse me. And so we'll see what he can do with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the half. So he starts out under center in the crooked eye formation from his own 23-yard line. 17 gives the ball to Devin Singletary. Finds a hole. Devin Singletary with a big run, and with that, he goes over the century mark on the day with 5.1 yards per carry for the 4th-year man out of FAU.
Yeah, and just look right here again. The blocking that Devin Singletary has received today has been top-notch. And right now you're seeing it's paying dividends for him. And right now the Buffalo Bills don't really even need to use Josh Allen as much as they normally do. Devin Singletary carrying a lot of the load today.
We will not see another play before the 2-minute warning. The Buffalo Bills up 28-14 on the New Jersey Jets here. But the Buffalo Bills have the ball at their own 35-yard line. They're looking to score on this drive and give themselves a 3-possession cushion. And we'll see what the 5th-year man out of Wyoming can do with his offense on this drive as he drops back to pass. He finds his back, Devin Singletary, and that's going to be a pickup of 2 on the play.
And look here, the Buffalo Bills have all the time in the world. I know there's a minute and 40-some on there, but they also have 3 timeouts. They can stretch this out, and they can take it all the way and give themselves the most amount of opportunities to score here.
Clock running down, 90 seconds on the clock, 2nd and 8, Josh Allen finds Isaiah McKenzie for the first down. He takes it up to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and our first time seeing Isaiah McKenzie today as well. We've always said that the multitude of weapons that the Buffalo Bills have to their why am I blanking on the word here? At their
Disposal.
Thank you for the word. At their disposal is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Trips right. Josh Allen under center. He drops back the pass. He's getting outside the pocket. Josh
Go!
Allen, 17, using his feet, and he takes it inside of New Jersey territory, and the Bills use their first timeout of the half.
Yeah, and, again, there's the weapons on the offense. The offensive line has been great. The running backs have been great. Josh Allen himself has been very effective, whether it be throwing or running the ball. The Buffalo Bills offense has just been in full control of this New York Jets defense today.
Josh Allen under center again. He drops back the pass. He's got time. Dangerous throw there over the middle. And that's his first incompletion of the game that hasn't been intercepted.
Yeah, and I mean, he's lucky. There were about 4 New York Jets in that area where that ball was for the one receiver he was trying to throw it to. So he's lucky that didn't result in another interception.
3rd and 1. Ball on the New Jersey 45. We got a 4-man rush. Josh Allen misses his receiver on the play, and it's 4th and 1. What do you do here? Do you go for it or punt it if you're the Bills, Miss Mundy?
You go for it. I'm of the belief now that you got to 4th down is territory. You got to go for it.
When you have Josh Allen, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, but Sean McDermott isn't going for it. He's going to send the rookie punter, Matt Araiza. Punt got out onto the field, and not a great punt. Not a very good punt at all, as it only nets 20 yards, Jake.
Yeah, not really. Again, we've seen that the punts and kicks, everything in Madden, everything's just a little bit off, even though Matt Araiza, I do know his rankings because I had to create him in this game because for some reason, like we said in the rules, is that if a specialist was picked, that they were put in there. So outside of rounds 1 through 3 rookies, I had to create Matt Araiza. So I know based off of what Madden 23 has him at, is that he should have some pretty good accuracy.
Zach Wilson throws it across his body and finds TJ Uzomah for the first down.
There you go. CJ Uzomah, again, has just been instrumental here for the New York Jets to bring in for their young quarterback. Again, they have also an embarrassment of riches of receiving weapons here for their young quarterback.
Zach Wilson in the gun. 40 seconds left. He's at his own 38-yard line. He's stepping outside of the pocket. He throws it across his body again. And no blocking. But they pick up a gain of 3, and the Jets use their second timeout. This would have been a great time to have a timeout if they didn't lose it on the challenge earlier.
Sure, and again, yeah. I don't quite understand that play right there, but I guess Madden hasn't really programmed Zach Wilson to be the type of running quarterback that he showed that he was last year, that he will pull it down and he will run it. So
this is Zach Wilson as a rookie still.
Yeah.
And he completes the pass out to CJ Uzomah, and they enter Buffalo Bills territory with 27 seconds left on the clock and 1 timeout remaining.
Sure, if they can just play the sidelines and keep this last timeout for the last possible moment they can, they could possibly escape with 7, but at least try to get into field goal range.
Right.
Zach Wilson drops back the pass. He is moving. Greg Rousseau's moving, and he tries to get a deep shot, but it falls innocently to the ground. Felt a little dangerous there.
It did. That felt like a rookie play right there. You've got the defender barreling down on you, and you're just trying to get that ball out. The safe play maybe to throw it away, but Zach Wilson trying to find something, and his receiver just couldn't get back in time.
Zach Wilson back to pass. Gregory Rousseau showing speed on that last play as Zach Wilson finds Corey Davis down at the 35-yard line, and they're going to use their final timeout of the game. So that'll be a 50-something yard field goal coming up if they do it. With 10 seconds left, so we'll see what they do. So it is a field goal. 52 yards, excuse me, guys. It is no good.
No.
So that's no good, Jake. The Bills are going to start from the Jets' 35-yard line. Do you think they just kneel this and take it into the half? Or
yeah, I think at this point, see, if I were the Jets, maybe with 10 seconds left, I try to get one more play in there and play the sidelines and see if anybody can get open. If not, just have Zach Wilson throw it away. Then attempt it. But now with 6 seconds here, even though I'm sure the Buffalo Bills will take the knee and take it into halftime, if you're the Jets, do you risk that?
Josh Allen comes out under center. It looks like we're going to see a run play that goes nowhere, but we do see a timeout here by the Buffalo Bills. The New York Jets, excuse me. Or this the Bills.
No, it was the Bills.
It was the Bills. And they call a timeout here with 3 seconds left. Not really sure what the plan is here from their own 43-yard line.
It's a Hail Mary.
But
no,
maybe
it's not a Hail Mary.
Maybe they just didn't want to go into the halftime with 2 timeouts. They give it back to Devin Singletary. Singletary finds a hole, and he finishes the half on a 10-yard run. So maybe they just wanted to give Singletary some extra yards there before the half, and it worked. But here at halftime, we have the Buffalo Bills 28, the New Jersey Jets 14, and it's been a pretty good half so far, guys. Zach Wilson hasn't been doing really, really extremely well, but you can expect that from this secondary, of course. Yeah. But Josh Allen has been playing well, and his only incompletions besides one have both been interceptions.
Yeah, and he hasn't been terrible. Again, I can't really point at one player in this game and say that anybody's been terrible. Maybe the New York Jets defense, because the Buffalo Bills have just been able to have their way with them. But at least offensively on both sides of the ball, both of these teams are doing good. And of course, we haven't heard the name of we had Corey Davis and then Elijah Moore, but we haven't heard Garrett Wilson at all today. And I'm wondering if that's because they've got Tre'Davious White down there on the young man, and we haven't seen anything today. And, sometimes, you don't hear their names called, but sometimes that's not a bad thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, Zach Wilson has only completed like 7 passes. So chances are, maybe he hasn't been able to get targeted because, like you said, Tre'Davious White maybe is blanketing him up. What do you like that you've seen so far from this Bills defense, Miss Mundy?
Well, a couple of things, but one thing I haven't liked is how come we don't have any turnovers. It would be nice to see us be a little bit more aggressive on defense. Remember when I got to switch on offense for a second. Remember when Zach Moss did his podcast and he was talking about looking at film of the new offensive line that we're going to have with Aaron Cromer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was talking about holes, man. I could see these gigantic holes. Remember that? That's what I was thinking in this first half. Devin Singletary was like blowing open, big holes. And you have to feel good about the way the offensive line looks with respect to blocking for the run game. But as far as our defense goes, I think we really need to kind of focus on getting a turnover or 2 here in the second half and just put the nail in the coffin.
Sure. Absolutely. And, the one thing is the Bills haven't been able to get much pressure back there to Zach Wilson.
Right.
We've seen the handful of plays and Gregory Rousseau being able to get back there. And we've seen what that happened. Again, Zach Wilson, he's the second-year quarterback. You can get to these guys. You can get in their head still, and they're going to make some of these little mistakes. And right there, we saw Zach Wilson almost do it at the end of the second half. If the Bills can consistently get more pressure on Zach Wilson, it will result in some more turnovers.
Yeah, especially up the middle. Like I would have liked to have seen Ed Oliver, be a little more disruptive in the first half. But we'll see in the second half if they change the MO or not.
Before we finish off this first half of the halftime show and bring you guys the second half of the halftime show before the second half of the game, they're down by 14 points, Jake. What do the Jets need to do to come back and win this game or even be competitive?
You know, I can't say, like, I would like to see them open it up a little bit more. I know you left for like a couple of seconds during the game, but I asked Miss Robin what she thought like they should do more. And it's kind of like a consensus, open up the game where they have all these weapons. We've seen them be able to have success in doing it. I understand you have Michael Carter and Breece Hall back there, and they've had a couple of good runs, but in reality, it hasn't really been paying off for them. So again, we saw it. It was what, 2nd and 16, and they go for a run. What? That's not something that you would normally see, right? So, or at least that was on the Bills side. But you know, we see questionable decision making on both sides, and I think for the Jets, they should really lean into opening up this offense a little bit more, getting all these weapons involved, and really seeing that, you know, the middle of the field has been wide open for them, and they've been taking advantage of it. Do that more, because that's how they're going to be able to keep pushing down the field and maybe get some more points up there to keep up with these Bills.
All right, finally, Miss Mundy, what do you think the Bills need to do to continue their success and, you know, have the game locked away here in the second half?
In the second half, first of all, Josh Allen needs to not throw any more interceptions. That would be helpful. But, you know, it's interesting because we saw that. We did at Wyoming, you know, where he would have these games where he would just come out and not look all that great in terms of the turnover department. And then all of a sudden, click, you know, it clicks in and then off he goes. So that's the one good thing, you know, about Josh's game. Like Jake said, you know, he can be, you know, he can forget a bad play and go back and go after it. I think in the second half, it's really important for them to establish the run game. You want to eat up the clock. I see more James Cook in the future. That would be good. You don't want to wear Devin Singletary out. But where has Gabe Davis been in this? I'd like to see him more involved in the second half.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's some guy we've been seeing that maybe it's because we've seen Stephon Diggs have some success. Maybe not number one pick, but first round pick Sauce Gardner is out there on Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to give him the assignment of Stephon Diggs. And maybe they said, hey, we're going to give you Gabe Davis, which again is not the easiest thing in the world, but you know, you can say that there's a difference, and maybe it is an easier an assignment than going head to head with one of the best wide receivers in the league. So right now we haven't seen Sauce Gardner or Gabe Davis. So I have a feeling those guys are over there battling it out on every single down.
We will see coming up in the second half, but first we will bring you the second half of the halftime show. Some of your favorite, Bills hype videos made by some of the best Bills video makers in Bills Mafia. So please enjoy, guys, and we will be back for the second half of the Bills versus Jets momentarily.
Do you have them loaded up, Justus?
Yeah, they're always
okay.
loaded up.
Are they?
We're good.
I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
That's fine.
I'm just used to Jake having everything loaded. My bad.
Don't worry. I got this. I got one.
Mafia has chosen James Cook from Georgia.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to uptown. thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. I'm just that. Look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check. I told that like no way, 'cause I made it from the bottom. It was never no way, and I never.
Way to the corner. Got it. Touchdown.
I'm a boss. I call a shot. I'm with the murder team.
The issue is learning how to play the position fully. How about James Cook? Nobody touches him. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I'm a boss. I play the shots. I call the calls. We in this. It's going down. Yeah, I'm the kid that with my mother. I'm a boss. 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 I play the shots. I call the calls. Yeah. Hey.
Okay, to one song only.
With the 23rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Kaiir Elam, defensive back, Florida.
So I ball so hard,
6'1", 191 pounds. He ran a 4.39.
What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all don't know that don't phase. The Nets could go 0 for 82 when I look at you like you the gravy. Ball so hard, where? We ain't even Pope be here. Ball so hard since we here. It's only right that we be fair. Psycho, I'm libo to go Michael. Take your pick. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6. Ball so hard, got a broke clock. Rollies that don't tick-tock. All the Mars that's losing time. Hidden behind all these big rocks. Ball so hard, I'm shocked too. I'm supposed to be locked up too. You escape, but I escape. You be in Paris, get passed up too. Ball so hard, let's get fed. Live for like 6 days. Gold bottles, soul models. Spilling ace on my sick days. So ball so hard, behave. Just might let you be gay. Shot towns, big bombs, moving the next. BK. Ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me.
That's great. That's great.
He's a fantastic athlete. Fantastic.
That's great. That's great. That's great. She said, yeah, can we get married at the mall? I said, look, you need to crawl for your bar. So come and meet me in the bathroom style and show me why you deserve to have it all. That's great. Ain't it, Jay? What she
So when best player available meets need and he also fits in your defense, they are ecstatic with Buffalo. This is a really good player.
It's like this a game. Who's your girl? Grab her hand. That bitch, she don't wanna dance. She's my friends, but I'm in France. I'm just saying, Prince Williams ain't do it right if you ask me. 'Cause I was him, I would've
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Was Gucci my was Louis my killer? Was drugs my dealer? What's that jacket, Margilla? Doctors say I'm the illest, 'cause I'm suffering from realness. Got my captors in Paris.
With the 25th pick, the Buffalo Bills select
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10%. 20% skill.
To the end zone. Caught. Olave. Man's there. Jamison Williams, touchdown.
He just wants to be heard, whether it's
Deep ball from Jefferson. Got him in stride. On the way is Burks. It's a touchdown.
He knows the code. It's not about the salary.
He's got Brees Hall wide open. He slips the man.
Making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
The fake there.
Being whacked on 3rd down and a turnover. Sauce Gardner.
Martinez into a crowd. It is intercepted.
Connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he does.
Needs it more. And was it intercepted? Great play by Booth. I mean, turning around.
Perkins lofts one. 50-50 ball is picked off.
Jones gets out of trouble.
Church, I like bleach, man. Why you had the stupidest verse? Let's do this the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof.
McCollum is trying to get a Football is available. It's picked off by Roger McCreary. Get in the sideline. Touchdown, Auburn.
What he was able to do. And so you have a receiver.
Fire and Mike got him out the dryer. He's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be with, and rappers hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the.
With the 25th pick, the Buffalo Bills select.
I completely didn't notice that my mic was muted. Welcome back to the best Madden cast in Bills Mafia, brought to you by the great people over here at Buffalo FAMbase. We're your commentators, Jake, Jordan, Justus Radford, and of course, we are joined by Miss Robin Lundy. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Amazing. Ready for second half of football.
Yeah, man. I obviously we have seen here the New York Jets are in a hole, and the Buffalo Bills are going to kick off to them to start the second half. So maybe it would have been a good opportunity for them in the first half to double dip, and of course they end up with no points there at the end of the game. And now we're going to see a kickoff here from Tyler Bass to get us started here in the Meadowlands.
And we will see a return here from the New York Jets. He spins into trouble and takes it down to the 19-yard line. So Zach Wilson will have his first start the second half, first drive of the second half will come from his own 19-yard line, and he has a 2-touchdown deficit to overcome, Jake.
Sure, and we're going to see if he's actually going to be able to do that. We'll see what did this coaching staff say and see that didn't work in that first half, and what are they going to do and try to amplify what did work in the second half. And hopefully maybe we're going to see them air the ball out a little bit more, like I said at halftime, and it looks like we might be seeing that a little bit right here.
Zach Wilson in the gun from his own 19-yard line. He throws, he finds his man CJ Uzomah for a gain of 9 on the play.
Yeah, and we're just going to continue to see this. I think this is the recipe for success for these New York Jets, is to be able to just take what's given from them underneath and in the middle of the field. It's worked for them, so if they keep on doing that, we're going to see. And then when you get in situations like 2nd and 1 in here, that's when you turn to the run game.
Zach Wilson under center, play action fake on 2nd and 1. He's under pressure, throws it across the field, and
wow,
dangerous throw, but it falls incomplete.
I mean, but look at the arm strength of Zach Wilson to throw it from one sideline 15 yards out of the other one as well. Just maybe not the best play, but right there, that's one thing you can't knock Zach Wilson on, is he does have a cannon for an arm.
He does. People forget that with Josh Allen in the AFC East.
Zach Wilson gives it to Michael Carter, who picks up the first down. That was very close.
They may want to review that one, Justus. If you look right here, he just runs in the back of that pile and does not get to the line.
It didn't look like it.
Where they, maybe right there in that skirmish, maybe he popped through before he got pushed back, but I don't see it.
We will not see a challenge, and so that will go in the books as a first down officially here. Zach Wilson dropping
wide
back.
open.
Wide open. Elijah Moore beating Dave Jackson, and he's going to the house. That's a New Jersey touchdown.
And there is just that speed that I told you of Elijah Moore. He's pretty much able to outrun any defensive back in the NFL. And right here, just great awareness by Zach Wilson to sit back there and just wait. And he's just wide open right here. A beautiful throw and a catch, and it results in 6. And now these New York Jets, they're right back in it.
Right back in it, Miss Mundy. How about that route from Elijah Moore?
Unreal. we got to do a better job on defense. I'm still thinking we need a turnover.
Definitely. I think that a turnover would probably serve the Bills best here, but right there, just not able to get any pressure back to Zach Wilson, and he just has the perfect amount of time for his wide receiver to get wide open down the field. And that's easy money if you're an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, he's got a really strong arm that I think is underrated.
So, not what anybody was expecting, unless you're maybe a Jets fan, but this game is quite competitive here, 28-21 in the third quarter.
Oh, of course, and we're going to see a kickoff right here back to Tavon Austin. And while we're talking about that, it's probably a great time to remind everybody, if they're just tuning in, of what the rules are. Here are the sim rules: 15-minute quarters with all Madden difficulty, and both QBs' ratings match the leaked ones for them in Madden 23. All the updated rosters have been made to reflect team changes with rounds 1 through 3 rookies, and that asterisk there is if a later round rookie was a specialist, as in a punter or a kicker. If you use a draft pick on that, usually they are going to be on your team. And no user input. It is all CPU, and we are just commentating on the game. As we're going to see Josh Allen here under center.
Quick throw out to Stephon Diggs, and that's going to go absolutely nowhere for no gain.
Yeah, and right now the Bills, we're going to see kind of what their attack is going to be in this second period, or at least what Madden is going to have them do, because basically what we saw that first half, everything was working. They were able to control the line of scrimmage. They were able to do what they wanted across the middle of the field with the tight ends and the linebackers. Pretty much, they were able to control this Jets defense. We're going to see what changes they're going to come out here in this second half.
Josh Allen in the gun for 2nd and 10. He gives it to his back, Devin Singletary, and James Cook, he goes nowhere. Brought down by Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, and right here we're going to see that, maybe this Jets defense is coming out with a new energy. I don't know. Maybe Robert Saleh said something back there at halftime, and they've come out with a different approach of attacking this Bills offensive line. And right there, Quinnen Williams already with a sack on the day, coming back and stopping Devin Singletary. Now the Bills in 3rd and long.
Josh Allen in the gun. Josh back to pass. He's outside of the pocket. He's going to run. He is not going to pick up the first down. He does get a gain of 10, but he's going to be a couple yards short, and that'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Josh Allen maybe try to start running towards the sideline there towards the end. Maybe could have picked up a couple more yards and moved the chains, but right there taking the slide instead of the contact, which is not something we would usually say with Josh Allen. And we're going to see newly acquired punter Matt Araiza kick it off down to Braxton Berrios.
Matt Araiza booms the kick, and that takes it down to the New York 23. And Miss Monday, the Jets have scored a touchdown on their first drive, stopped the Bills on their first drive, and they look to tie the game up here.
I'm not surprised at all. Like I said before, the Jets play the Bills strong many times, and this team is going to be vastly improved. As Jake pointed out, you guys talked about the great draft that they had. We're starting to see the fruits of that labor.
Zach Wilson under center. First down.
Ooh.
And,
what was that?
Sacked anyway.
Finally.
Gregory Rousseau, the second-year man out of Miami, with his first sack of the game.
I watched an invisible leg trip up and have Ed Oliver do a cartwheel almost. That was still a great play here. We're going to see it.
Oh, he got blacked by Michael Carter.
Yeah, he got blocked. Just great by Michael Carter to save that, but still, in the end, we're going to see Gregory Rousseau, second-year man out of Miami, get back there to Zach Wilson.
And we're going to need to see that throughout the season from Rousseau.
Absolutely. Zach Wilson comes out in the slanted I formation. He gives it to Michael Carter. Michael Carter finds the hole, but he runs into a wall of white jerseys there with only a pickup of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Michael Carter again just running into the back of his offensive lineman, hoping to be able to find a hole elsewhere, but the Buffalo Bills not letting up much of anything on that play, and the result is 3rd and 12 here, and now the Jets are going to have to take a shot.
So the Jets find themselves in a similar position the Bills were just in, and we'll see what if they can do any better. We see Jordan Poyer coming up on a safety blitz. 6-man rush. They pick it up well, and AJ Epinesa is out there in coverage as he takes down Breece Hall, and that'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and right there, just a good stop by this Buffalo Bills defense. Obviously, you know, they get burned by that second play of the second half, and right here, they're seeing that they're out there. They're not going to let the Jets just get anything else, and they're going to make it hard for them. And now we're going to see what this Buffalo Bills offense can do again.
So after a little scare there, Miss Monday, Josh Allen's going to get to come back onto the field. And how important is it for them to put some points up here?
Big time. You don't want to let the Jets feel like they're crawling back into this. And I would like to see Josh Allen throw a dagger here, kind of open things up a little bit.
Absolutely. So we shall see, as Josh Allen had a great game last week, but unfortunately they did take the loss to the Green Bay Packers for their first loss of the year. And that potential Super Bowl matchup was a good one. But we got another good one here today in the Meadowlands as Josh Allen's under center. He drops back the pass. He throws it out to his man. That is O.J. Howard, and that is complete on the sideline for a gain of 4.
Yeah, and we've seen right here that the New York Jets, again, they're just not trying to let the Bills have anything easy in the second half. And right here, they're going to allow you to get those couple of yards right there, but they're going to make it hard on you.
Josh Allen with a hard count. He's got Gabriel Davis in motion. He drops back the pass. 4-man rush. He's getting outside the pocket. He's going to scramble. He picks up the first down and slides at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and just great blocking there by the offensive line, again, to give Josh Allen the amount of time to realize that he had nobody open, so he was able to just get to the outside and right there, take the edge, get the first down, and then slide, just move those chains, keep it safe, and keep on moving.
Josh Allen looks like he's going to throw here on first down as he comes out in the 5 wide. Drops back the pass, and he finds, quick throws to Dawson Knox. He couldn't hold on, and he was hit immediately by the linebacker.
Yeah, Dawson Knox just trying to grab that pass by his fingertips, but just not able to secure it right there. This Jets defense, again, making it hard for this Bills offense to get pretty much anything here in the second half.
17 is in the gun. He finds
Dawson Knox this
time.
There you go, yep.
He beats his man. That's a cornerback out there checking the tight end, and he couldn't keep up, Jake.
No, he couldn't, and Dawson Knox, again, yes, he is a tight end, but he is not your prototypical tight end that's slow and only blocks. No, this man can line up out as a receiver. He has the speed, he has the hands, and he will just be able to take you on. So you can't just let that man stay out there because that's what the new breed of tight end is in the NFL.
Allen comes out under center. He got 2 tight ends set on the field as he give it to Devin Singletary. That's a pickup of 3 on the play.
Yeah, and again, if the Bills can just continue to use the run subtly, move it, and use it to set up the pass, again, that worked for them in the first half. And if the Jets get a little bit tired and back off just a little bit, that's not a bad strategy to just keep on doing what's been working.
The I formation, and they run, and the Jets are ready for it. That's a loss of 3 on the play.
Now they're set up with 3rd and 10, and they're forced into a passing down situation here. And right now, these Jets seem to be completely different than what we've seen in the first half. They're out here with a different kind of energy.
This energy is absolutely electric, and the Jets are making this a game. It's Monday. You thought that this might be a close game, and it looks like it definitely is.
The Jets are always a team that they give us trouble, and I think Robert Saleh is a very good head coach.
Josh
He
Allen,
made
quick
some
throw to
great
Stephon
throws.
Diggs. He takes it into the end zone for pay dirt, and just like that, it's a 2-possession game as the All-Pro finds his All-Pro counterpart.
Now, if you would like to continue this.
Oh, I was just saying, this is exactly what we need. Put it down the field, stab them in the throat, right?
Yeah.
They think they're coming back. They think they got some momentum, and then you just take it from them. And Josh Allen is very good at that.
And there's that thing that you said you wanted to see from Josh Allen. There was that strike. Stephon Diggs had his man turned inside out and all over the ground. So right there, that's why they pay that man. The connection that he has with Josh Allen is unmatched.
The comment, too, regarding Dawson Knox, when he missed that one play, Josh comes right back to him on the next play, and that's what you want to see. Josh will do that. He wants to make sure his guys have confidence.
100%. Confidence is always something that you don't want to see one of your weapons start to get discouraged, and then when that happens, then the drops start to come and things like that. So you want to make sure to keep that confidence up with your guys.
For sure, and early in Dawson Knox's career, we did see that. During his rookie year, he had a lot of drops.
100%.
We will see if the Jets can keep their confidence, as they looked like they were coming back in. It was a close game, but the Bills put a little bit of a cushion there, but they have plenty of time remaining, as they have just over 22 minutes left in this game of playtime to make something happen, as Zach Wilson and this Jets offense will start here from their home 18-yard line.
I'm still waiting for a turnover.
In the shotgun formation. Maybe we need Jake to call the turnover, because
Jake.
do it whenever he says something.
Well,
Reid on the carry.
If the New York Jets are just going to keep running the ball here,
Could be tough.
Yeah, it could be really tough to get that. But I thought there's got to be one coming, towards the end of the game when you see teams have to start taking more shots. That's usually when that one to seal the game comes away.
Zach Wilson drops back the pass. He finds his man. He breaks a tackle. He breaks another. But the sideline gets him. Corey Davis almost took that to the house, and Zach Wilson has having himself a game. He has almost 400 yards thrown.
Wow.
300 yards, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, he is having himself a day. His new girlfriend must have packed him a lunch before he came to the game, because right now, and maybe gave him a call at halftime, because right now he's cooking.
Man, if that sideline isn't there, Corey Davis is in the end zone right now. So the Jets come out in a heavy formation. They're in the eye. They got Michael Carter, and Michael Carter gets a gain of 1 before he's taken down by Tremaine Edmonds.
And just look at the discrepancy. We've talked about what good blocking can do for a running back and what it's done for the Bills today. Devin Singletary been very efficient with his runs over the century mark. Michael Carter, only 27 yards.
Wilson in the gun from the Bills 40. He throws.
Oh, yeah.
He's got Corey Davis again, and he takes it inside the Buffalo 5-yard line. We talked about that confidence. It's clearly still there.
Yep.
Yes, it is. And he's building it with Corey Davis right now is Josh Allen. Only thing he can do is look on. He can't play defense. And Zach Wilson just staying in the pocket. And Corey Davis with Tremaine Edmonds on him in coverage just absolutely runs away with it. Again, now at the 3-yard line, the Jets are in great position here to score.
We've got a 3 tight end set for the second-year man out of BYU. They give it to Michael Carter. Michael Carter with a gain of 2 on the play. Couldn't quite get the few extra inches he needed for the touchdown, but he came close.
Yeah, and right here, I could see them just keep pounding it again with their running backs. Right now, it's just 1 yard away, but the Bills might be ready for that, so we'll see. Maybe they're going to have a little bit of a creative approach as well.
Zach Wilson under center. Michael Carter walks into the end zone, and it's back to a 8-point game here in the Meadowlands.
Sorry about that. I was just informing the people in the comments section of what the Buffalo Bills record is coming into this week. Of course, it's 6-1. So right now they're trying to make it 7-1. And yeah, Michael Carter just going to run into the back of his defender as we see them kind of, get caught into each other there. Tremaine Edmonds and the defensive lineman. But yeah, the Jets just right back in this one, Justus.
If you're a Bills fan, are you concerned that the Jets could actually win this game today, Jake?
Concern, of course. I think you should be concerned every week. Again, we've always said that any given Sunday is a true thing. And right now, the Jets, for the last couple of years, they have had one of the worst records in the league. But they've had great drafting. They've brought in pieces that'll just help overall develop all the other talent that they have on the team. And right now, it's a division opponent. All of these games, You shouldn't be surprised if they come in here and give you a hell of a game. And right there, the New York Jets are just saying, hey, we might be young, but we can still take it to you.
Not only that, but the Buffalo Bills are now the big dogs in the league. They're always going to get everybody's best. And the Jets are coming out here and playing their best ball as they put 28 points up on this Buffalo Bills defense. Devin Singletary today, Miss Monday, 111 rushing yards, and he has been just going off so far.
He definitely has, and I think he's the biggest beneficiary of an offensive line that is effectively running or blocking again for the run. And this is an improvement that we've seen this year, in my opinion, that's going to be necessary if they want to win the Super Bowl.
High formation, Josh Allen gives it to Singletary. Singletary was looking for a hole, couldn't find one, and he gets a gain of 1 on the play.
Only gets a gain of 1, but again, if he would have just ran right up the middle as well, the blocking that was going on there, he could have at least got a couple more. But right here, we have just seen, just to harp on that point, is that Aaron Cromer coming in here with these new additions on the offensive line as well. They have just been doing wonders for Devin Singletary.
Quick throw, and Josh Allen is picked off.
It's a pick six.
He gives it, and he takes it into the end zone, and just like that, the game is tied up for pending the extra point. Wow, what a mistake there from PV1, number 17.
Yeah, and let's look right here. He throws it, and maybe he was trying to throw. I'm not sure who that was going to, but right there, the defensive back there to take it, and he takes it to the house. And now again, just another situation where an errant turnover by Josh Allen has put the Jets in a position to maybe take some control of this game.
Back up against the wall. Now it's time to see what you're made of.
In a crazy turn of events, the Jets offense is humming. The Jets defense actually forces the turnover that Miss Monday wanted so badly. And now it's a tie football game here with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Josh Allen is going to need to bounce back from that. He's thrown 3 interceptions so far today.
Yeah, he has, and they've really been just absolutely odd-looking interceptions as well, going to almost like the absolute wrong place. No real placement of them at all to where his receivers would be able to get it. So, again, I've always said, and I always talk about the programming in these games, they always try to make it, especially in the simulation where you're not controlling either team, they're going to try to make it the most exciting one for you. And we definitely got one of those here on our hands today.
Let's go.
Tavon Austin takes it out past the 25-yard line. Pretty good return for the return man there. And Josh Allen steps back out onto the field. Listen, he has not had a bad game if you take out the 3 interceptions, but you cannot. And they have been absolutely crucial to this game as they've resulted in 21 points off the turnover.
Exactly. And of course, you want to sit here and, make excuses for Josh Allen, but it's just been poor. They have not been great decisions, and they've resulted in why the Bills are in the position they are right now. And that's tied up with the New York Jets.
Devin Singletary with another great run. He's having himself a game. He may be single-handedly keeping the Bills into this game as the Bills pick up the first down from the 2 tight end set.
Yeah, and right there you get to see Sauce Gardner for the second time today coming down and getting a second tackle, the first-year man out of Cincinnati. So, again, we're going to see what the Bills do here. Maybe go back to the running attack, let Josh Allen. But, again, we know Josh Allen, he's going to keep on throwing the ball.
Pistol formation, Josh Allen does throw the ball. He finds his tight end, Dawson Knox, and that's a gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe that's the best thing for Josh Allen, to just take a couple of these easy throws and just get back into it, shake it off a little bit, even though it's probably not really bothering him that much. Get the easy ones, get those yards, use Devin Singletary to move those chains.
As we see the Bills come out here on second down, we're more than halfway through the third quarter, and the Bills are tied with the Jets. Stephon Diggs in motion. They give it to David Singletary with a good gain. That's a gain of 8 on the play. Devin Singletary still having himself a game.
He's having himself a Derrick Henry type of game here, where it really, if you look at the stats, that you would almost be forgiven to think that the only reason the Bills are in this position is because of how well Devin Singletary has been playing. He's just another cog on the wheel, but he's definitely one of the biggest ones here today.
Josh Allen in the pistol again. Devin Singletary taken down immediately. And it seems like every time the Bills hit some good runs, the Jets are looking out for it, and Carl Lawson comes across the line and blows it up.
Yeah, and, right there, that's just kind of them noticing a pattern here with the Bills. And, they were starting to get a little momentum with Devin Singletary, and the Jets switched it up and said, no, we're going to have to make you have to be multifaceted, which is what we want. And exactly what Sean McDermott wants is to, be able to throw and run the ball. So when you're in a situation where they've got you kind of locked up there, you'll be able to throw yourself out of that hole. And right now we're going to see what the Bills do here.
Josh Allen in the gun. He lets it fly and back to Jamison Crowder, who has been quiet so far in the second half, but he picks up the first down.
He had a terrific first half, but now just adding on with 79 yards here. I'd be very curious to see what the passing stats are, because we've seen it every other game is that, the Bills are not afraid to spread it around and get all these guys some pretty good stats.
Josh Allen throws it over to his man. He finds them, and that looks like the rookie James Cook out of the backfield, and that's a first down.
Yeah, just a great pass and then turning it upfield and getting that first down. Right now the Bills have just methodically been taking shorter throws and moving into this position now where maybe this is what they need to do for the second half.
Josh Allen's under center. He throws it, and he finds his tight end, O.J. Howard, for a gain of 6 on the play as he wheelbarrows over the defender.
Yeah, just absolutely throwing his shoulder into that one and making sure the defender hit that. But again, Hurt felt that. But now we're going to see here, 2nd and 4. Are they going to keep throwing it or maybe get these running backs involved again?
Josh Allen's getting blitzed. And a dangerous throw there. That could have been another interception there, Jake.
There's that screen game, man. There's that screen game just not working again. No. Usually, again, I think out of our entire time calling all these games, we've seen 3 successful screen plays.
Yikes.
Very yikes. Josh Allen, 3rd and 4 from the gun. 4-man rush, quick throw. Oh! Stephon Diggs again. He's having a monster game. Touchdown, Buffalo Bills.
And that's just a confirmation there. They do not have Sauce Gardner over on Stephon Diggs, so that's why you haven't heard Gabe Davis's name here today. And right there, just absolutely proving why he's one of the best receivers in the league. There's about 4 or 5 steps between him and his defender. And if you're Josh Allen, that's an easy one.
After the interception, the Jets tie it up. They're keeping it close. To come back and have the poise to be able to get a 7-point lead thanks to Tyler Bass. How much fortitude does that take, Miss Mundy? from your quarterback, Josh Allen.
A lot. And the other thing that you're seeing, and this is what you want to see from a championship team, is that when your quarterback is not having necessarily a good game, the rest of the guys on offense need to pick it up, and they are.
They definitely are. As we have seen, Devin Singletary is having an amazing game, and this is 7 out of 8 weeks now. The Buffalo Bills have went up over 40 points in their games, and we are here finishing up the third quarter with just 98 seconds left to go. As Tyler Bass kicks it deep, we will see a return here from the Jets. Not a good one. The Buffalo Bills. That's DeMar Hamlin. Tackles him at the 18-yard line. Can Zach Wilson keep this a close game, Jake?
I think he can. Again, this is kind of one of those marks if you're going to be a franchise guy or not. So, of course, you have a team like the Buffalo Bills with Super Bowl aspirations coming in, and the Jets who maybe haven't had the best success over the last couple of years. When you're down against a opponent like this is where the greats are made, and we're going to see if Zach Wilson can will his team to a win today.
Zach Wilson with Breece Hall in motion. He drops back to pass. He's stepping outside the pocket. He throws across the field again.
Wow.
Finds his man, CJ Uzomah, for the first down. He likes going across the field.
Yeah, he seems to really like to throw that ball over there. And, of course, Uzomah, if he was just able to catch that and not fall down, he could have turned upfield, and who knows, that could have been 7.
It most certainly could have been, and they most certainly need 7 in order to tie this game up. Zach Wilson is under center. Corey Davis
fumble.
is in.
Yes.
Teron Johnson picks up the
There
fumble. What a great play by this Bills defense, and Miss Mundy gets her turnover thanks to the 4th-year man out of Iowa, A.J. Epinesa.
And we know that's something that Leslie Frazier coaches is punching the ball, getting after the ball. It's not all about the tackle. It's not about the sack. Go after the ball first. And what happens there? Epinesa comes in, strips the ball, and Teron Johnson is right there to capitalize on that. The Bills now at the 28-yard line in a poised position to score again.
That's the turnover we needed.
Absolutely. It certainly looks like it as the Bills come out in the crooked eye. Quentin Williams grabs Devin Singletary before he can get more than 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, and that turnover, again, that could be the thing that when you look back on this game, you say that is the turning point of where the Jets, their confidence started to weigh, and that's where the Bills fully got their mojo back, and that is when they pretty much sealed up the game from then on. But again, we still got a whole other quarter to play, but that is a turning point.
It is a turning point, especially if the Bills can capitalize and get points from it. We will see what happens. 17 is under center. He drops back the pass. Quick throw. He finds his man, Stephon Diggs. And that's a first down on the catch from number 14.
Yeah, again, and Stephon Diggs over the century mark with 107 yards. Again, we've just seen everybody except Gabriel Davis get involved in this offense today. But sometimes you're going to have games like that. So that's just a testament to this Bills offense for being able to use every single weapon that they have available.
He finds it over the middle again, and that is to the Jet killer, Jamison Crowder, who is starting to come alive here again in the second half.
Yeah, 8 receptions for 88 yards. I wouldn't be surprised here if Josh Allen wants to get him 1 touchdown on the day to just keep these stats rolling in.
And 8 receptions for 88 yards is nothing to sneeze at, especially through 3 quarters as we take a look here at the stats between the Bills and the Jets. That is the end of the third quarter. We will flip sides of the field, and Josh Allen will start 2nd and 1 from his own 6-yard line here with a 7-point lead. It'll be interesting to see what Ken Dorsey calls here because you only have 5 yards really until the end zone and 1 yard until, first down. So you get a completely new set of downs as Josh Allen is in finds Dawson Knox. That's a Buffalo touchdown. And Dawson Knox, the touchdown machine, keeps it rolling here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 2 on the day for Dawson Knox. And right there, again, every single time we see one of these touchdowns, it almost seems like, man, it was a gimme for Josh Allen to not just throw that in. Right there, just nobody there on Dawson Knox, and he's able to just step right in, and he gets pushed out of bounds, but not after getting 6.
And Tyler Bass comes on for the extra point to make it a 14-point game again. The kick is up, and it's good. So, Miss Mundy, the Bills answer with a turnover that you said we needed, and then a score on the following drive.
Absolute perfection. You know, this is something that we need to see from this team, some resiliency, and I think it's going to be a long season, and you can't take teams like the Jets for granted. And I think the fans do that more than the team does.
And we've seen the Jets have built themselves quite a decent little roster. And if there was any evidence you needed, they are putting 35 points up here on this Bills defense, and possibly more points to come. We shall see as Tyler Bass gets ready here for the kickoff. We will not see a Jets return here. And Zach Wilson will start from his own 25-yard line, Jake. He needs points now. And if they want any chance of winning the game, he's going to have to play perfect, which he's been playing pretty well today so far.
Yeah, he has. And right now, I feel like if you're a Jets fan, you can still feel good about your second-year quarterback after the performance he's already had today. Again, that turnover wasn't on him. So really, he is out here, and he's playing a pretty good game. So right now, yeah, he's got to be perfect to kind of finish this out. And again, like I've said, in these kind of moments, down this many scores against a division opponent, this is when greats are made.
Zach Wilson throws it out to his man, Michael Carter. Michael Carter cannot pick up the first down. Great tackle on the play by LSU grad Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, and right there again, just taking the smart pass out of the back, and he's able to get 9.5 yards, make it 2nd in inches. I mean, right here, if the Jets can just put together a really nice drive and get 7 out of it, then they're going to still be in a prime position to be able to put themselves back in the fold of winning this game.
Michael Carter picks up the first down and a lot more, breaking the tackle from rookie Terrell Bernard, but not before Tremaine Edmonds could bring him down with the tackle.
Sure, and one of the things about the New York Jets is a lot of people want to write them off because they've been bad the last couple of years. But I'm telling you right now, this team in a couple of years could be one of the bright spots in the NFL.
I agree wholeheartedly, and I don't understand why people think they're just destined for failure.
There he is. There he is. Tre'Davious White with the interception. Welcome back.
That's
my man.
I'm sorry, Miss Mundy, please continue.
Oh, no. This is exactly what we need right here. And
great play.
And this is his first game back, correct?
Yes, it is.
It is his first game back. Great play there from the veteran out of LSU. One of the best corners in the league. Excuse me. He seems to be disrespected quite often as he was not voted a top 10 cornerback by PFF, but he's making top 10 corner plays right there as he puts the ball back into Josh Allen's hands. And we'll see if they can extend upon this lead, Jake.
Yeah, and again, you know, you pay a guy like Tre'Davious White for the impacts that he does. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have the recognition. It's an impact like that where he comes down and he stops Michael Carter before he gets the first down, and then he gets the interception. That's what you pay a guy like Tre'Davious White to do. He doesn't care about the glitz and glamour. He cares about winning games.
Devin Singletary with the stretch play. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and again, we're just going to see the Bills here. They are pretty much back in control here of whatever the destiny of this game is going to be. And right now, the Jets just need to continue to fight and hopefully try to hope for one of those turnovers like the Bills been getting on them.
Singletary taken down in the backfield by Quentin Williams for a loss of 1. Great defense by this Jets defensive line.
Yeah, and again, you're going to see here by this Jets team, you know, if they go down 3 scores, that's a back against the wall kind of moment. And you're going to see sometimes teams get a little bit more fired up here. So we're going to see what the Jets do against this Bills team.
Josh Allen drops back to pass on 3rd and 6.
Oh,
he finds Jamison Crowder for the catch. And Josh Allen is made up for those 3 INTs with some really good numbers otherwise.
Yeah, 9 receptions for 113 yards for Jamison Crowder. Welcome back to the Meadowlands, my friend. Josh Allen just putting on a show here. It doesn't matter. You get a pass. You get a pass. It doesn't matter.
Everybody gets a pass.
The Buffalo Bills are rolling.
Josh Allen is under center. He's at his own 17-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, he's at the New York 17-yard line. Drops back the pass. He throws to Stephon Diggs. That's a pickup of 6 on the play.
Yeah, and right there, again, safe throw underneath, 2nd and 4. The Bills are in full control right here. Josh Allen doesn't have to do anything too risky, especially with what has gone on here today. You know, the Bills are playing it safe, and it's working wonders for him right here.
Josh Allen in the gun on 2nd and 4. He throws intercepted.
No. Another one. Wow.
And the Jets get a huge turnover. And wow, this game is absolute pandemonium.
Look, that I have to say though, at least that is the best looking interception that we have seen today. At least he's throwing it to a player, and right there, Bryce Hall just turning around and getting to the ball before Stephon Diggs can. And right there, that's just a great play by the Jets. And, you know, they turn a turnover into a turnover, and now they're back out on the field and don't have to worry about being down 3 scores.
Zach Wilson was having an absolutely phenomenal game up until the interception. The Jets get him the football back, so he'll have a chance to continue that trend as he drops back to pass. He got a little flustered, stepped back, and threw it away.
Yeah, and honestly, that was probably a good decision by him anyway, as you could see over there on the left side of the line, that eventually one of those defenders was going to come loose. So if he tried to do anything special back there, he could have either put his team down 2 more points, or he did the right call and he threw it away. So
we'll see what he does here on 2nd down from his own 11-yard line. He drops back, he throws, and he finds his man. That's the tight end, TJ Uzoma again.
Yeah, and right there again, there's that patience. He's sitting back there, waits for someone to get open, throws it to his tight end, and now they are not in as precarious of a position, and now they can do a little bit more of what they want to do.
From his own 25-yard line, he drops back pass, quick throw, Breece Hall. Breece Hall with an 8-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and right here again, just over the middle. The Bills have been giving the Jets that all day, and now maybe we're seeing a Jets team that is, you know, going to take advantage of that a little bit more here and air it out like we've been waiting for them to do.
2nd and 2. Wilson back in the gun. He gives it to Michael Carter. Michael Carter picks up the 1st down, and not much more after that, but a pretty good gain to reset the chains.
Yep, and now 1st down here. Again, the Jets have the control here to just march down the field. Don't do anything too risky, especially the 2nd-year guy in Zach Wilson. We don't know how the interception is going to affect him. Play it safe, march down the field, get set.
Zach Wilson stepping out to the pocket. He throws on the run. He finds his man. He gets the 1st down. He beats the man. Elijah Moore out there making people miss, and he's having himself one heck of a game.
Just a shifty, quick receiver that, again, we've seen has already had an amazing impact on this game for the Jets already. They already have a great trio of young wide receivers, and maybe not Corey Davis. He's a little bit older, but you're just able to see it right here, just making Jordan Poyer look like he's an absolute nobody. And right there, can't say you need anything else from your offense.
He gives it to his running back, Breece
There you
Hall.
go.
who is met with impunity from white jerseys all around. Ed Oliver, Greg Russo.
Yeah, you can't just let the Jets keep running up the middle. You got to be able to be prepared right there. And the Bills, obviously, we're sending Epinesa and Oliver right down the middle to not leave that gap open at all. You know, that's just great awareness, and the Jets are going to have to do a little bit more than that if they want to keep moving on this Bills defense.
2nd and 12 from the 43-yard line. Zach Wilson is escaping pressure. He gets past Daquan Jones, and he gets out to the 34-yard line, and that's a great run. That's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, and that was his first run of the day, and of course now it sets him up in better position here to get this first down and keep this drive moving. We've been waiting to see Zach Wilson use his legs today, and, you know, it paid out for him.
Zach Wilson drops back the pass. He throws it, and he misses his target. That could have been a first down.
It would have been an easy first down.
It'll be 4th and 3, and we'll see what the Jets look to do here as they are down by 14 points with 9 minutes left here in this final quarter.
You're going to kick it.
They will. They look to be attempting the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt. It bounces off the uprights, and it's good.
Again, I completely forgot the Jets had Greg Zuerlein on their team.
So the 49-yard attempt is good, and it's now an 11-point game this Monday. Was that helpful in their comeback attempt?
I wondered about that. Why did they kick?
It's probably just because they still have the programming of Adam Gase in this game. It's the same game from 5 years ago as well, so it wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, in real life, I would expect a coach as aggressive as Robert Saleh to actually do. The players are going to want to go for that. He's the player's guy. He likes that energy, and he has that kind of confidence in his team that right there they know they got to escape with 7 on that one, not just 3.
Right.
Tavon Austin brings it out to the 14-yard line, and not much doing, but Stephon Diggs, the all-pro, is stepping back out onto the field today. He is 113 yards for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he is, and right there he's got the touchdowns. And again, we've brought it up as well. The other weapons that have been involved in this game, Devin Singletary going over 100. We've seen Dawson Knox with 2 touchdowns. We also see Jamison Crowder going for over 100 as well. This Bills offense is one of the most complete units in the game.
Josh Allen finds Stephon Diggs, who gets a block. He takes it out for a 4-yard gain.
It had you saw Dawson Knox there blocking 2 people by pushing one person into another, and Stephon Diggs able to get a modest gain out of that. And now the Bills are in 2nd and management.
Josh Allen comes out in the gun. He's got to deal with a 4-man rush. He drops out of the pocket. He's going to run it.
Oh,
He's
look
got
at that.
The first down.
Oh, here
He's got the sideline.
Josh Allen takes a hit, but not before he gets a gain of 32 yards. Great pickup there by 34 yards, excuse me. Great pickup there by Josh Allen.
Yeah, and the Bills have 624 total yards of offense in this game. That is almost unheard of. Of course, we saw Josh Allen throw for over 600 in this season as well, but you know, just absurd what this Bills offense can do.
Devin Singletary comes back onto the field to continue his brilliant day of running with a pickup of 4 on the play.
See, and this is where I would love to actually be in the booth for a game, because seeing Josh Allen running there, being in a booth, you'd see if he had all that green in front of him, if there was a safety coming over or not. I thought for sure he was gone.
Josh Allen, Gabriel Davis in motion. They give it to Singletary. Singletary making a man miss, but he can only pick up 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, and 3rd and 3 here. The Bills really can go whatever direction that they want here. We've seen that Singletary is able to pick up easily more than 3 yards, and right now they've gotten creative, and maybe they go short with Dawson Knox or Josh Allen again. If there's absolutely nothing available, he can roll out and pick it up with his legs.
Josh Allen with 2 backs in the field. He was looking for the screenplay and doesn't work.
As it normally doesn't.
What is it with us in the screenplay?
Yeah, it's just Madden's programming. They don't really know how the collision works with the defense and offensive linemen, so you never truly get a real screenplay because people are glitching in and out of each other.
Right.
The All-Pro Tyler Bass comes on for the kick, and the kick is good. Great kick by Tyler Bass there, and that puts the Bills up by 14 after a 52-yard field goal.
Yeah, basically just matching what the New York Jets did. And now the Jets with 7 minutes, they still got 3 timeouts right here, but maybe it's a little bit beneficial to them to try to score quick here because the Buffalo Bills ate up plenty of time on that drive.
They sure did, and the Jets have 7 minutes left to make something happen. You think they can make it happen, Miss Mundy?
Absolutely. They, you never count them out.
We'll see what they can do here, but not on this play as they will take the knee. What does Zach Wilson need to do, Miss Mundy, here to keep them in this game? Should they go short methodical, or should they, make some shots down the field?
It'd be nice if they made shots down the field, but I think that's dangerous with Bill's secondary. I think the short pass game would probably work better.
We'll see what logic they follow here as Zach Wilson starts from his own 25-yard line. He's in the gun. He drops back to pass. He's dealing with a 4-man rush. He is running, and he goes down at the 32-yard line for a gain of 7.
And again, I think the Jets really need to play the sidelines here and really keep it safe, try to get as much time as possible. But right now, you can't just keep running it up the middle and not expect to have enough time to be able to put up 2 scores to get back in this game.
I formation for New York. Tight end in motion. They're giving it to Michael Carter. Michael Carter is taken down immediately after a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, and right there again, the Bills just know that the Jets want to play it safe, but I think, like Miss Mundy said, you really need to do these short, methodical throws down the field. That's kind of what has worked for them, but if you just keep going to the well with this run game, you are not going to have any success here.
Zach Wilson under center. He drops back to pass. It's incomplete, and that'll be 4th and 2. And do you think you go for it here, Jake?
Well, the screen says that they're going to go for it, but I'm not sure if it's going to cut away and we're going to see the punt team on the field. But if I'm in this situation, the Jets need to go for it.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Zach Wilson stays on the field for this crucial 4th down. They run the ball, and picks up the first down.
Got it.
Oh, he did?
Reid Hall carries a defensive lineman, who throws this through another and gives the Jets new life.
Wow, I'd love to be able to actually pause this game and go into instant replay and look at what just happened there. But
I know.
That's 2 questionable first downs that the Jets were awarded this game. We'll see what Zach Wilson can do with it as he steps out of the pocket. He throws
he's open.
Deep. He's got Corey Davis down to the Buffalo 39-yard line.
Look
and
at
so
that
before
throw.
That was a great
challenge the play. The Jets get a playoff, and they make the Bills pay for it.
Look, and if you've got a quarterback in the NFL today, you want some of those off-scripted, weird-looking throws right there. Zach Wilson just getting in. Corey Davis just able to grab it before it hits the ground, and just an absolute perfect play there. And the Jets now in great position.
Zach Wilson with trips right. He's under center. He drops back to pass. He steps outside of the pocket. He's got his man on the sideline, and that is Garrett Wilson's first catch of the day versus this second catch of the day, versus this Bills secondary.
Yeah, and he was smart right there. Instead of maybe getting the 1 extra yard and having Tre'Davious White absolutely smash into him, he takes the step out of bounds, gets that clock stopped and gives his team
Time
a
for
good
a
position.
bomb.
Zach Wilson is going to get sacked. Big Ed Oliver,
Yes.
the fourth year man out of Houston, with the sack on Zach Wilson.
And if you've been watching any other games this season, that you knew eventually Ed Oliver was going to be able to crash inside and be able to get down to Zach Wilson. And right there, that's the one play he needs. And now the Jets, time just coming off of the clock. Like you got to be in pretty much go mode here.
Zach Wilson drops back to pass on 3rd and 10.
A lot of time.
He's under pressure and saw Tremaine Edmonds in his face, threw the ball away, and it's now 4th and 10. This is an important play for the Jets and their opportunity to win this game.
It is. This is pretty much their game right here. They haven't been able to stop the Bills at all, but with 4 minutes left. Here's the bomb.
Drops back the pass. He's got a deep throw. It's intercepted by the veteran Tre'Davious White.
Yes.
That's pick number 2 on the day, Miss Mundy.
I think that's just a great way for him to welcome himself back into the league.
Yeah, exactly. Getting those 2 picks. And like I said earlier in the game, are we going to see a turnover? Well, whenever you have a team with their back against the wall and they need a score late in a game, that's when you're going to see those. And when you got veterans like Tre'Davious White out there, they're going to take advantage of it. What a hell of a way for him to come back in his first game back from injury.
And the Buffalo Bills looks like they can shore up this one. They just need to take a little bit of time off the clock with just under 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. 4-3 is the turnover ratio. Didn't quite expect this from the Buffalo Bills, but the Jets defense was really making them pay today as James Cook takes it for a 6-yard gain on the run.
Yeah, and right here, we maybe a little bit too turnover heavy, and if you're the Buffalo Bills, you're going to go back, you're going to sit down and see why those things happen. Josh Allen's going to take that time to really study about what made him make those decisions, and they're going to come back better for it. But right here, just get the run game involved, let that time tick down, and get out of here with a W.
Josh Allen is throwing, and he throws an interception. This cannot be real life. LaMarcus Joyner with his second pick of the game this Monday. The Jets still have a chance to win.
They absolutely do. And I have seen games like this before from Josh Allen. And we have it with the Bills, but at Wyoming as well. He still won't give up. He'll still keep throwing it straight down the field.
Yeah, I would just like to see the Buffalo Bills run the ball for the rest of the game.
Yes.
Another mental error from the Buffalo Bills offense here. And now the turnover ratio is tied at 4-4. And we've seen some really sloppy football here today. 5-3. The Jets were actually winning the turnover ratio. So Zach Wilson is sacked. Daquan Jones says interception, no problem. I got you, QB1, as he takes Zach Wilson down for a loss of 10.
And that's what we want to see, right? If your quarterback's having a really bad day, you want your defense to do exactly what they're doing.
Exactly here. And right now, the Jets, Zach Wilson's going to sit back there for the most amount of time possible for something to hopefully open up down the field. And right now, this is that time for this defensive line to get some of those stats in.
Zach Wilson drops back the pass.
Come on.
He is going to run it. He gets a block, and he takes it for a gain of what looks to be about 16, and it's going to be 3rd and a lot more manageable.
Yeah, and right here we're going to see Zach Wilson. Maybe if I was the Jets, I'd try to hurry up a little bit more. Again, you're still down 2 scores. So maybe letting about 16 seconds run off the clock wasn't the best decision.
Zach Wilson, dangerous throw over the middle there. Looked like it could have been intercepted, but it falls innocently to the ground, and that'll be 4th and 2. The Jets
sending the kicker out.
There's no way they're sending the kicker out there down by 14 points. So You can
truly
expect to
hope
see
okay.
Zach Wilson back onto the field as we do here. This is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, unless Josh Allen throws another interception. Zach Wilson finds a man, but
go.
great defense from All-Pro Poe.
Yep. And right there, again, we're just going to see this defense in a play where you absolutely needed it. You can see the defeat on Robert, or the guy that's supposed to be Robert Saleh, on his face. And right now we're going to see the Bills come out. And, you know, it was a hard-fought one today. And the Jets, obviously, putting up 38 points in the NFL against a team like the Bills is not an easy task. And they've been fighting all the way into the end, whether it be from Josh Allen interceptions or not. They've still taken advantage of it. And the Jets are still a bright young team in this league.
Josh Allen comes out in the gun. Looks like he's going to throw the ball for whatever reason. But they give it to James Cook instead. He plays a hole. James Cook takes it for a gain of 11. Great run on the play from the rookie.
Yeah, and this might just be that time where, you know, Devin Singletary, you've already got over 140 from him. You know, Zach Moss has a touchdown on the day. Maybe this is just where you say, all right, young guy, let's get you in here.
High formation for Josh Allen. We are now past the 2-minute warning. He gives it to Singletary out of the backfield. Singletary finds a hole. Singletary breaks a tackle, takes it inside the Jets territory down to the 46-yard line, and the Jets burn their first time out of the half.
How many yards does Singletary have now?
I'm sure it'll pop up here and never mind. No.
Well, the next run.
Yeah, the Bills have 666 total yards of offense today.
The Singletary in the backfield again with a 3 tight end set. Sweeney in motion.
Wow.
They give it to Singletary again. He finds another hole lane. He takes it down to the 38-yard line. The Jets burn the second time out, but not before Devin Singletary can pick up 7 yards on the carry. And he has 355 rushing yards for the Bills offense today.
That is absolutely insane, and I almost feel completely unrealistic.
Another 3 tight end set for the Bills here. Sweeney in motion again. Maybe you see another run from Devin Singletary here, as we will, as he finds another hole. And the Jets will use their final timeout of the half. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as the Bills will just run out the clock here with 1:45 to go. The Bills will move to 7-1 on the season here, and the Jets will move to 3-5 on the season here as Josh Allen is going to take a knee out. What did you see today here from the Bills offense that was able to get them the W today, Jake?
I really saw them be able to lean on the run game when Josh Allen was struggling, and still, no matter what happened, Josh Allen had his flashes. It did get them points, but being able to truly rely on the run game to be reliable and go out there and get those yards you need to move the chains, I feel like that's what put the Bills over today. And even when they were struggling, they were able to keep drives going and end up in points.
Devin Singletary has 182 yards today rushing with a touchdown to boot. And so looking at this Jets team this Monday, they had 2 picks in the top 15 in this year's draft. And today they came 2 touchdowns away from being in competition with the number 1 ranked team in the NFL at preseason start. So is this an encouraging game for the Jets, or are there no more victories?
Absolutely encouraging game for them. They showed that they could overcome even their own mistakes and keep it close. I thought Zach Wilson looked terrific. He's going to be a very good quarterback in this league for a long time. And I don't think the Jets have anything to be ashamed of whatsoever.
So the Bills add insult to injury and make a 47-yard field goal before the game is over. And that'll make the final score. The 55 Buffalo Bills, as they put another 50-burger up, 38 New York Jets. And that's all here from the Meadowlands. Josh Allen, Zach Wilson throw so many interceptions, but they put a ton of points up on the board as well.
Sure, they did. And I mean, we'll pause it right here so you can see just the absolute, you can see that it was absolute domination, but the interceptions are truly what kept the Jets in this game. And again, 405 passing yards from Zach Wilson. If you're a New York Jets fan, you have got to be happy that you've got a quarterback that can go out there and sling it with the best of them.
And across the field, those, the passes that he made across the field, those were impressive.
So
just goes to show you his arm strength, man. Like, that's something not a lot of people talk about, but when he came out of BYU, that dude could throw bombs, man.
So great team win here for the Buffalo Bills, and they put a lot of points up on the board. But this defense, again, Jake, has let a lot of points on the board from the other team as well.
Again, yeah, it's Madden, so other teams are going to score, especially with offensive weapons that I looked at the overalls that the Jets had. It's not like Zach Wilson is like a 68 overall like Mitch Trubisky was. Like, this was still a really competent team that was only a couple overall points under the Bills. So I'm not surprised that they put up points. Madden is a game that loves to have people score points. In real life, I don't see Josh Allen throwing that many interceptions. I don't see the Bills defense getting absolutely torched like that and not preparing for Elijah Moore. Like, there's things about it that if we were actually controlling it, we could have changed. But, because it's Madden, of course, there's a little bit of a margin of error there, but it was still a hell of an entertaining game. And the Jets are definitely a team in a couple of years that I'll be looking at to go, yeah, that's the team that, every single time they're on the schedule, I'm going to be like, hey, look out for them. That's going to be a hard-fought game.
Yep.
So after a loss last week to the Packers, the Bills moved to 7-1, and they have the Minnesota Vikings up on the schedule next week. So that will be at home. So the Buffalo Bills will be at home hosting the Minnesota Vikings.
So will I.
In real life, I'll be at that game.
Okay, Jake, I have to meet you.
Okay,
I'll be at that game.
Well, then I'll have to find whatever hole Justus is in and pull him to a game like I tried to last year as well.
Yay!
Yeah. If you guys are both going to be at that game, I'll find a way to be at that game. So we'll make that
game.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So before we get out of here, let's just ask you guys. Start with you, Miss Mundy, and then we'll finish with Jake. Miss Mundy, what are you expecting to see from the Bills versus the Vikings?
Well, it's going to be interesting because, of course, we have the Diggs, revenge thing, like part 3, 2. I don't know how many. I think it's the second time.
This is the first time we'll be playing the Vikings since we got
it is the first time since we've had Diggs. Okay, well, then that even makes it bigger. So it'll be the Justin Jefferson show versus the Stefon Diggs show. And I expect it to be fireworks.
What about you, Jake? What are you expecting from this game?
I'm expecting Dalvin Cook to absolutely run all over us. Like that, I remember, God, when we played Tennessee, Derrick Henry put almost 300 yards on us this year when we simulated that game, Justice. Like, I'm sure that Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook are going to have pretty good games probably in that simulation. And yeah, obviously Josh is going to want to get Diggs super involved in that game and want to give him, that justification. And, in that game, Justin Jefferson's going to have Tre'Davious White on him. So, at least in real life, we hope so by week 10 that he should be back. So I can't wait for that game, man. It's going to be a hard fought one, but I think the Bills will pull that one out.
I agree.
We will see. Would like to see James Cook maybe get a little bit more burn versus his brother, and
they might that week.
They might.
Hopefully, that'd be pretty cool. We would also maybe like to see Stefon Diggs and James Cook both go off and versus a team that obviously is special to them in different ways. But we'll see what happens. But make sure you guys tune in for that as we bring you Buffalo Bills games every single Sunday at 1 p.m. to get you guys ready for the regular season. So you don't have to miss out on your Buffalo Bills Sundays. Nobody wants to miss out. And so Bills Mafia has got you covered, and we will continue up until the regular season does start. So make sure you guys take this ride with us.
Yeah, exactly. And why would you not want to come listen to the best Madden cast that you can find in Bills Mafia? You can go elsewhere, sure. Other people do it, but if you want to come here, you're going to get the closest thing to an actual game experience and watching, and with commentators and the whole 9 yards. So, why not come spend your Sundays with us?
Absolutely. And I want to thank you guys both seriously for inviting me to join along. And anytime, let me know. I'm available. But you guys are awesome. The Manning cast is awesome.
You can look at the schedule for the rest of the Bills games, and you can pick out which ones you'd like to be on, especially maybe that Thursday night football against the Patriots. That might be a big one.
We shall see. Good. But we absolutely want to thank Miss Robin Mundy for joining us tonight. We also want to thank you guys for joining us today. You guys know we appreciate every single like, comment, subscription, share, retweet, repost. It's all appreciated. All the love and support you guys give us is we're thankful for it, and we do it for you guys. So make sure you guys slap the like button before you exit today. And that's it for us. We will see you next week as the Bills take on the Vikings. We will also see you on first round bye. Justice for All, the lowdown with Jake Jordan,
home field advantage,
and Moss's podcast,
and we'll also have the Zach Moss podcast coming this week as well. So make sure you guys tune in to Buffalo FAMbase and all that it has to offer. This is the original Bills Mafia, and we will see you guys next week. Go Bills.
Go Bills.